So to begin our meeting, let's first of all thank those who are here, and we're still waiting for several members to join us on the floor.
Of course you
are.
are.
At this time, please.
Lazy fucks ain't there on time.
Alive! It's alive!
Hell.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see you. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. We're here. They're just about to start. They're just waiting for some late motherfuckers who still ain't here on time.
Good morning, my neighbors!
Hey, fuck you!
Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes!
Yes, Mr. President.
Fuck you,
Blumenthal,
too!
De Leon, Harris-Dawson, Hernandez. Hutt,
Perfect timing.
Victorian,
Doing the
Lee,
roll
Lukaku,
like little kids.
Clark,
Then they're
Price,
going to do the Pledge of
Ramos,
Allegiance like little kids.
Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky. 10 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you. First order of business.
Approval of the minutes of March 14, 2023.
Councilmember Hutt moves and Councilmember Park seconds. Next.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Somebody went to 7-Eleven this
Councilmember Lee
morning.
moves and Councilmember Soto Martinez seconds. Next.
Got that cheap coffee.
Mr. President,
Got that
the
hot dog water,
agenda.
son. Got that hot dog
Items
water.
1
up in
through
'em.
14 are items for which public hearings have been held. Items 15 through 17 are items for which public hearings have not
Got
been
you out
held.
of bed,
10
Kurt?
votes are required for consideration.
Hopefully it's a good one today. Since I got you out of
Okay, without objection, that will be the order. Mr. Blumenfield.
Yes, for items 1 and 13, I have I'd like to call both of those special for amendments and for comment. 1
I-
and 13. And
Okay,
the
items
the
1.
amendments have been circulated.
Okay. Does the clerk have that information?
And I have the amendments, Mr. President, if you'd like me to read them out. So for item number 1, the motion is that it be amended to adopt the following revised recommendations in lieu of the committee report
In
recommendations. So 1, transfer appropriate $1 million from the unappropriated balance, fund number 100-58.
1 million.
Community Initiatives account number 580335 to the General City Purposes Fund number 100-56, new account entitled Office of Unarmed Response and Safety, with said funds to be administered by the Chief Legislative Analyst, the CLA, and the City Administrative Officer for Unarmed Responses and Safety purposes.
Sounds about right. Took $1 million, made a new
To
account.
instruct the CLA and CAO in consultation with staff of the chairs of the Public Safety Committee of Budget, Finance, and Innovation Committee to
Is that
report
Dick
with
Gregory?
recommendations
Yes.
relative to the operations, functions, and organization location of an Office of Unarmed Response and Safety.
Tons of fun.
presented
Thank
by
you.
You, Councilman Blumenfield, and seconded by Eunices Hernandez.
What's up, Robin? Shout out to you
Then
in
I
Scotland.
also have number 13.
All the UK in the house.
And this is an amendment that the item
Rift
be
enabled.
amended to remove
Let's smoke.
recommendation 2 inasmuch as recommendations numbers 3 and 4 replace this instruction by directing the Department of Water and Power to include in the requested report history and background of the California Solar Rights Act and the impacts on utility rates for low-income communities as access to solar energy increases citywide. And again, recommendation 2 is
Morning.
deleted, presented by Councilmember Blumenfield.
Morning.
And Mr. Blumenfield, I don't actually know if there's a second already on this one.
Forsaken, thank you so much for the subscription to Twitch Prime for 2 months. Appreciate you.
All right. Councilwoman Hernandez.
Aunt Esther, thank you so much, Aunt Esther. It's good to see you. Good
Council
morning.
President, I'd like to call items 2 and 3 for special for a separate vote, and item special for item 12 special for comments, please.
Sit, Cyber Squirrel. You
thank you.
can't smoke out of no old dirty shit. Even one
Councilman
day old is
Marquise
old.
Harris-Dawson.
Not even one day. Every day it's got to be clean.
Okay.
Yes, so Mr. Harris-Dawson is the second for Mr. Blumenfield.
Mr. Harris-Dawson.
All right, great.
Thank you.
We are in order.
We're already in order, like little kids.
Any other special items, members?
Everybody get in line. Fucking clowns, dude.
Okay. Mr. Clerk, what items are we able to vote on at this time?
Mr. President, the council may now vote on items 4 through 11 and
Cyber
14.
Squirrel is a guy or a girl
Okay,
that's in the chat
without
room.
objection, those items are now before us.
That's what a cyber squirrel is.
Any comments, members? Seeing none, let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
And for the record, Mr. President, the ordinances for items.
Yeah, you can see,
6
guys, there's
and
plenty of
7 will
people
be
in there
held over
today.
to Wednesday, March 22nd,
They're almost done voting, and then it
2023
goes to
for
public
second
comment.
consideration unless reconsidered with 12 members present.
Okay, thank you, members. We're now going to move on to public comment. So please note, today's meeting includes call-in option for public comment. Public comment will be taken in both in person in the council chambers and via teleconference. Mr. Clerk, would you please read out the call-in information
Yes, Mr.
that was
President.
also provided on the agenda?
As indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public
Thought that was
comment should
funny, huh,
call
dude?
669-254-5252
Well, I see how funny it is when you sit in the corner.
and use meeting ID number
Little punk.
160.
Sit your ass in the corner and raise your fucking hand when you want to
and then
talk to me.
press pound. Then
Anybody
press
wanna
pound
call?
again when
Right there.
prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute. Let me repeat. Call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and then press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for
Call in.
participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to
You'll
unmute.
pass? You don't want to call in?
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Mr. City Attorney, would you please
Yes.
explain the speaking rules to members of public calling in to speak?
Thank you, Mr. President. So for members of the public calling
Hopefully he
when
calls
it's
in
your
today,
turn to
Joker.
speak, please state which of the agenda items you'd
Praying.
like to speak on. You have 1 minute per item to speak, up to 3 minutes total. And if you wish 1 minute for general public comment, please speak to the items before beginning general public comment.
I'm already at home, so I don't
We'll
have to
tell you
worry
when your
about that.
time's up.
Why?
When speaking on the agenda items, you need to be on topic.
What's up,
If
Jester?
you're not on topic, or if we can't tell whether
morning.
you're on topic, you'll get one brief warning from me or the
Oh,
president.
man.
At that point, you really need to get clearly immediately
I don't need to
on
wish you
topic.
luck because I
If you
know
don't,
everything's going to go
you
well,
can stray
Jester.
off topic.
I know it.
Unfortunately, you'll
I know
forfeit
things
your
are going to
speaking
go
time,
well.
and we'll move on to the next speaker.
You'll be
The
walking
items that are
just
open for
fine soon
public
enough.
comment
My friend
today
just got
are
a knee
items
surgery as
1,
well.
13.
I bet you'll be
15,
up and
16,
walking in a
17.
week.
So
I
that's
bet.
1,
Less
13,
than.
and
Bet you
15
less
through
than a week.
17.
You'll be up and
You,
walking.
of course, can speak on the other items or anything else
Well, we're
within
gonna
the
keep
subject
you in our
matter
thoughts,
jurisdiction of the
Chester.
city in general
I have
public comment.
a good thought about it.
As you were told, when it's your turn to speak,
I'll definitely rip some for
an
you. Jay.
automated Zoom voice will prompt you to press star 6 to unmute yourself. If you don't do so,
I don't
council
wish
staff
luck
will
to
prompt
people
you
that
once
don't
more.
need it. You know
At
what I mean?
that point, you really
Don't
need to
need
press
it.
star 6 right
Chester's
away, or
gonna be good.
unfortunately, you'll forfeit your speaking time, and we'll move on to the next speaker. Finally, there is a brief time delay between the live broadcast and the meeting, so 2 things are important. First, if you're listening to the meeting on multiple devices like Channel 35 or YouTube, when it's your turn to speak, please turn down the volume on the other devices right away and just listen on the phone. If you're listening on the other devices, because of the time delay and the feedback.
They're
it
pretty
really
good with
creates
the
a
knee
huge amount of
surgery.
confusion. Secondly, while you're waiting
My
for
buddy
your
has
turn
to get
speak,
2 of 'em.
please make sure you've got one.
He
ear
got
on the
one
phone and
already.
You're
So
not
now he
just
has to do
listening
the other one, like,
devices,
next month.
Because of the time delay, you might not hear quickly enough when it's your turn to press stars.
And just to let you know, 24 hours after his release from the hospital, which was the same, like literally the next day they released him, and he's already up and walking. He's hobbling a little, of course, but he's walking.
Public comment. Let's start with our first public speaker.
Stay positive, Jester. You'll be good.
What item would you like to speak on?
Damon, are you recognized when you go
We
out?
have Dr.
What do you mean, in the
D,
public? No, nobody
Arnold
knows who the
Sachs.
fuck I am.
And Dr. Belay.
It's great.
In that order, please.
I'm not famous. Don't ever think that. I'm not. Nobody knows me. Nobody sees me. I'm invisible like Casper the Ghost. Invisible. That's the way I like it. Oh, hell yeah. Our homegirl first. She's going to tear
Hi,
into the...
Dr. Demont, which item?
Dr.
do you
D.
want to speak on?
17 I signed up for.
Sorry, can you move the mic up? It's a little hard to hear you.
17 and public comment.
In general? Sure. So you have a minute for each.
Let's go!
Yeah. Let's go. I object to primarily because Kevin De Leon is putting this forward, and he shouldn't be putting forward any measures to this council because he is a disgraced participant in these processes, and he should be thrown out, and you should be working hard to throw him out. But in addition, this one, along with 4 and 5, is offering rewards to people. Okay, so
Look at
why
the
do we
sidebar over
reward
there with those
people
4 idiots.
and offer rewards
Not even paying
to
attention to
people
her.
to turn in
Look at them.
and get convicted people who are committing crimes? The LAPD isn't doing their work, friends. You're paying them thousands and millions and billions of dollars, and they're not doing their jobs. So you have to pay private citizens to turn people in, and I'm going to public comment.
Sure.
I also want to know, regarding number 3, what is this donation? It is an in-kind donation or non-monetary donation to SWAT. You know, this should be specifically spelled out for the public to know exactly what is being given to SWAT, because we know that SWAT is the most dangerous. It's our Scorpion unit, friends. They are the most dangerous unit we have in this city of cops. All of them are dangerous, but Metro is completely out of control. Why are you giving them or allowing someone to give them more equipment? They don't need more equipment. They need to be disappeared. They need to be crushed. This unit needs to go down, just as the Scorpion unit is going down. This is terrible.
Thank
you.
Kevin De Leon,
Thank you, Dr.
get
D.
out of council.
Arnold Sachs, please.
They need to be crushed, huh? Then the LAPD opens the rope for her.
Hi,
You
Mr.
see it up
Sachs.
there?
Which items have you signed up for?
Signed up for 15, 16, and 17 and public comment.
Great. So you have 3 minutes.
Oh,
for
this
those
guy's
items,
great.
Followed by a minute for general. Please begin, Mr. Sachs.
Okay, item 15 calls for funding. $170,000 in surplus funding for salaries, for hiring hall construction, for benefits for hiring hall construction, and for construction materials. But it doesn't mention any money for the actual project. So why the fuck are you building a hiring hall and not funding the project? Why can't you get a trailer? Why do you need amenities for the people who are going to work at the project? What's going on? Don't you read this shit? Mr. City Attorney, does somebody you have any oversight on this item? Mr. President, do you know what's going on with this item? Aren't you in charge of the city council? Dumb motherfuckers. It's $170,000. You throw money around like you got it. There's an item over here, you're spending over $50 million raising more funds. For what? Where are you getting the money from? The county's spending $44 billion a year. What's the budget for the city? Item 16 refers to monthly cleaning at Sherman Way. $70,000. Is it going to get any brighter? Is the view going to look any better? What about the tunnel right here at 2nd Street? That's a fucking pigsty. Does that get cleaned on a monthly basis? What about some of the graffiti? What about the trash all around the city? Does any of this shit get picked up? There's graffiti everywhere. Do you ride the 110 freeway? You see all the graffiti in South LA? It's fucked up. Who's in charge? We have another reward for information. Why don't you post the name on the headboards of Dash buses or MTA buses? Speaking of MTA, why don't you reopen the meetings at MTA to the public? Why don't you do that? Don't you sit on the board at MTA? Don't you have members that sit on that board? Isn't it important for the public to be able to go to those meetings? I guess not. Everything's under control. It's turning into a pile of shit. But that's okay. Order more toilet paper. Now, public comment.
Okay.
Public comment.
you're starting an office of unarmed response. Who the fuck is going to want to go chase somebody into a building unarmed? It's dangerous as hell out there. You have another item where you're giving $41,000, which is fine with me. $41,000 for SWAT so they can buy more tactical equipment. And you're going to send unarmed civilians into buildings? That's fucking stupid. If you go into a building unarmed to chase some criminal down, would any of you volunteer to do that? Aren't you civilians first? Dumb motherfuckers. Do snitches still get stitches? And don't forget, this is the only room where the KKK ever met. It was a black guy dressed up in a KKK Grand Wizard outfit. Don't you care?
Thank you, Mr. Sachs.
Dr. Belay, followed by
That was a great performance.
by Mr. G.
Fantastic performance.
Which items had you signed up for?
General public, general comment and item number 1.
Thanks, Jack.
Okay,
Me
so you
off.
have a minute for item number 1, and then after that, General. Please begin.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, Council President, Honorable Curran Price. My name is Dr. Balai. I am a community organizer for over 15 years here in the city and across the country. Today I'm here to, myself and my colleagues, are coming to the city chamber, every week to create awareness about the needs and challenges facing our, immigrant community, particularly the Black immigrant community, African and Caribbean, immigrant communities. So we're respectfully demanding the city council members to
They ain't paid
support
attention
our
yet.
initiative, in the
All of them
establishment
over there.
resource center
Those 5.
for the community. Los Angeles, the second largest city in our nation, but we don't have any
Backs turned to you
resource
while you're
for,
talking? What
community center
disrespect.
for the second largest, African and Caribbean diaspora community here. So we need, your support. And the second one is we're organizing an event for May in celebration of African Day. So
I don't know, Enrico. Hopefully he's
we need your
dead.
support. A lot of you guys are a champion of immigrant rights in the city, and I have had the opportunity to work with most of you on a number of issues, refugees and immigrants issue in our city. So we like to get your support to be able to establish this resource center, and also to consider in the upcoming budget to give us some seed funding to establish the center. And also the African Day is coming up in May. We are working with some of the city council members. I like to
Right,
appreciate
Sniper?
the office of the Curran Price, Councilman Curran Price, and Council President Corcoran for giving for the opportunity to meet with us a few days ago to discuss about potential collaboration on these issues. So that's why we're
Thank you.
coming here. Please support us. Thank you
Yeah,
so
thank
much.
you.
Thank
Get
you
out of
very
here.
much.
It's really
Thank
what it
you.
is. Thank you. Get out of here.
Camille Lewis.
It is a big waste of
Mr.
time. I
G.
agree, Dank.
And Professor.
And Tumble. I
Pepper.
agree. Tumbleweed. Sad, but it's truth, and that's why I want to show you how absolutely.
Mr. Grabner.
Oh, this dude's the homie too.
Which items had you signed up for?
17, I think, and general comment.
Okay, so please
He's
begin.
great.
A minute for each.
All right. So 17, I think it was the motion that was introduced by Kevin De Leon. Kevin De Leon should not be getting any motions approved by the council because he's anti-black, anti-indigenous, anti-tenant. He needs to resign. And if you're letting him get motions passed, then you're giving him more power because he's just, he can see that he can still get work done. He can still do whatever he wants. He can still speak on the floor. This council's not going to do anything to try to reduce his power or anything. So you're probably going to stick it back on committees quietly in a couple weeks or something at this rate. I mean, you need to make sure that he has as little power as you can possibly give him because Kevin De Leon needs to resign. And
Thanks,
the
D-Nice.
best way to at least try to pressure him out would be to take away his power. All right, general comment.
Thank you. Please go
All
ahead.
right, So, yeah, so I believe the council president told you how to pay attention, or the president pro tempore. So since you're not complying with his orders, are you supposed to now be removed pursuant to Council Rule 12 or whatever, and subject to Council Rule 7, like you do with us? You're gonna have them arrested and release them at 1 in the morning and not let anyone observe the arrest.
We got little
Or
kids
the
coming
council
in.
members special. They can do whatever they want, like Kevin De Leon showing up to meetings and refusing to resign, even though his own constituents don't want him on this council.
Or do they?
Yeah, so Kevin, you need to resign. We've been telling you this for like 5 months now. Just resign. I mean, like seriously, resign. Like everyone wants you off this council, so resign now.
Dude's rad. Oh, she's
Thank
one
you,
too.
Dr. Pepera.
She's gonna get a little excited. This one right here, I think.
Ms. Lewis, which items had you signed up for?
General public comment.
KDL, you need to resign. You're anti-black, anti-tenants, anti-indigenous. You're a horrible person. I live in your area. You are the worst. Go to Skid Row. I am an activist in Skid Row. You are a horrible, horrible person. By the way, there's a really big rally happening today with Los Angeles Teachers Union. They may go on strike. And the SEIC, I think it has to do with employees, but they're another really big union. So again, there's going to be a large rally at 4:30 p.m. today in Grand Park. And if anybody remembers those photos of the teachers in the rain wearing red, and Fauble, you were 7 minutes late. Get it together. You're like the worst. KDL, you have to resign. Don't get up and talk to this person. You're so horrible. That's so fake. You're not even doing anything. Your district is the worst in the city. Oh my God. KDL, you are the worst ever. You're like a cheesy,
Thank you, Miss Lewis. Miss Lewis. Mr. Mon, please.
Shut up, Fievel. You were late, you fucking asshole. Shut your fucking mouth.
Hi, Speaker. So if you remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you signed up for, and you might want to get closer to the mic. Great. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. My name is Professor Pepra. I'm also with the U.S.
What's up, Rich? Good to
Institute,
see you, too.
and,
Good morning.
We've been here many times to ask the city to support us in terms of helping us establish an African center, in terms of providing resources for our people. And this is why we are always here, because New York is one of the largest cities, has recognized the unique needs of African communities. So they have an office, African Office Affairs there. If you go to Washington, they also have the same African Affairs office. And we know that Los Angeles is capable of providing those services for us. So we are here. Please help us establish this center for our people so that we can bring our people together. We have over 100,000 African-born immigrants over here, highly educated. We have a lot of nonprofits all over, spread all over the city, yet we don't have any facility to support our people. So we plead on your behalf to support us in that direction. Thank you.
I'm good, Brian. How are you?
Thank you, sir.
Just enjoying the show
Thank
here.
you, Professor.
The bullshit show, the dog and pony show. They got the kids
Lewis,
now. They
please.
brought some kids in.
Last
so-
warning.
Okay, we have Betty Dittler,
Last warning.
Gertie Howell, and Harriet Elliott,
Fucking
please.
dumbass. Tell him to fuck off to his face. Stick your finger in his fucking face. These disgusting sacks of dog shit. Every one of them on this horseshoe. Every last one of you are dog shit. Okay? Every last one of you motherfucking worthless sacks of dog shit. Where's the dog or the cat today that we're supposed to, or the rabbit
So
that
if
we're
you
supposed to
can tell us the
fucking
name that you
adopt?
signed up under and which items you want to speak on.
Public with general comment.
Excellent.
I hope
You have
she
a
says,
minute,
"Fuck
and
you."
The floor is yours. Please begin.
Thank you.
Come on, little girl.
Hello.
May we have your name, please?
Say fuck you,
hello. My
Fievel.
name is Betty Dentler. I'm 10 years old and I'm a future fighter. Future Fighters is an environmental group of kids, and I'm here today to talk about trees. Trees are important to everyone. Trees help with mental health, learning, and oxygen. And I think that everyone deserves the right to clean air and the right to a happy and healthy world. And I think that every school and neighborhood should all get clean air. And what do you need to get clean air? trees. Many children have trouble learning, and I think that trees are the answer to this problem. I also know many people agree with this issue, such as the study done by Marcy Rainey. She studied 2 elementary schools, one with grass and many trees, and one with concrete and no trees. Rainey found out that the school with trees and grass had students with higher grades and no bullying, and the school with concrete and no trees had lower grades. I think that everyone deserves the right to clean air.
Thank you very much.
Why do I push it away? Because I wanted
Thank
you to
you.
hear without me talking over them. When someone's interesting or whatever, I'll, push it away so I don't talk. That's all.
Hi. So if you tell us your name that you signed up under?
Hello, my name is Lulu Homer and I'm 9 years old and I live in
Lulu.
District 10 and I'm a future fighter. Today I'm here to request that you make trees and nature available to all citizens of the city, no matter who they are or where they live. There are many reasons why we need nature and trees everywhere. Trees give us oxygen, clean the air, prevent flooding, and protect people from heat waves. Sadly, there are not as many trees in poor neighborhoods, including neighborhoods of color, places like East LA, Boyle Heights, and El Monte. People that live in neighborhoods like these are more likely to have asthma, heart disease, or lung cancer. These problems can be fixed by adding more nature to poor neighborhoods in LA. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bad news. You can send me a message
Hi, what's your
or
name?
put it in the comments,
Madeline.
yours, and
Great.
I'll send you an
Floor is
email.
yours, Madeline.
Hello, my name is Madeline Chang, and I'm 10 years old. I'm a future fighter, and I live in District 5, and I go to school in District 10. I am here to request that the City Council increase funding to build more protected bike paths. First, this is an issue of safety. For example, I saw one woman riding a bike who got hit by a car because she was riding her bike on an unprotected path. That is why it's scary to bike around the city, especially for kids like me. Biking is also better for the environment because we don't have to rely on gas-running cars, which produce greenhouse gases. That harms the environment. As a future fighter, I want to help LA's environment as much as possible. Finally, biking encourages kids to exercise. Kids can't go outside to bike around freely. I live near 2 extremely busy streets, Highland and Wilshire, and both have unprotected paths. In conclusion, safe bike paths help the environment and the people of our city. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But if she's
you
fighting
for
now,
your
why is
comment.
she a future fighter? She's a current fighter, not a future fighter, right?
Hi. What's your name?
Birdie?
Great. So please begin.
Hello, my name is Birdie Howe and I live in District 13. I'm 10 years old and I'm a future fighter. Future Fighters is a group of kids that help fight climate change. First, I want to thank you so much for banning single-use plastic at city facilities. Although that was a good start, much more of Los Angeles' plastic waste comes from restaurants and retail stores. So today I'm here to ask you if you could ban single-use plastic packaging at restaurants and retail stores. Plastic is polluting the earth and oceans every day. America is the country that produces the most plastic waste by far. Plastic food containers are a major contributor to that pollution. And when food is packaged in single-use plastic like styrofoam, chemicals can get in the food. And we're doing this when there are so many better materials available. For example, you can package food in paper or compostable materials. Banning plastic at city facilities was a good first step, but now City Council needs to take the next step and ban plastic packaging at restaurants and retail stores. This would lessen pollution and help the environment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Rudy. Future Greta's.
Hi. What's your name?
That chick is such a
Jacobs.
shill, Greta
Great.
Thunberg
Please
or whatever. What a shill.
I would first like to thank the City Council for changing the oil drilling law, setting up to many other problems, and listening to people's thoughts. I'm here today to ask you to consider using greener straws for the environment. As we all know, plastic has been killing our environment for years, and climate change and pollution is haunting us. We need a change. There are many solutions to replace plastic production, such as straw, bamboo, silicone, paper, paperboard, durum wheat, and glass. Also, when you drink from a plastic straw or eat from a plastic box or container, it contains chemicals that are very bad for you. Did you know plastic straws are the 11th most found ocean trash? The U.S. is using about 500 million straws every day. This causes 300 marine creatures to die every day. It sadly takes up to 200 years for a plastic straw to decompose, and they can't be recycled in most places. Remember, not only is this a problem for our earth, but our health too. So please consider making an easy change for a brutal problem to help the environment. Thank you.
So which globalist indoctrinated this group of kids? I highly doubt you've got these 10-year-olds. They're all 10, by the way. Just thinking about plastic and recycling and all that, and not any Barbie dolls or having fun or anything like what normal kids do. Which one of you guys
Their
put
ability
them
to
up
step
to all
forward.
that?
We appreciate that.
Hi, Speaker. If you would remind us of your name and which items you signed up for?
Before we take that speaker,
Oh,
Councilman
sorry.
Rahman.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Public schools,
Leaders,
homeschools.
And they are here giving public comment on climate change issues. This is not these young students' first time at City Hall. They
There's
were
your
here for a
indoctrinator.
protest where they spoke a few months ago and protested City Hall for not moving fast enough to act on climate change. And I just wanted
Right
to
here.
express my gratitude to them for
There's
coming
your
today
indoctrinator.
and for sharing with us their urgency on the issues that matter most to them. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. And we share your
There's your
commendation of them.
indoctrinator.
And
she looks like an
we share their
indoctrinator. Look at the way
urgency.
she
So thank
dresses.
you, young
That's an
people, for coming to join us
indoctrinator's
today.
clothing.
Sir, sorry, for Mr. President and Ms. Rahman.
So now they're moving all the kids
accidentally
out of
cutting you
here
over.
before they hear all the bad words.
So, Ms. Lewis, please, we've got another person to speak to. So, Speaker at the podium, would you please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you signed up for?
Harriet Elliott is my name.
Okay.
And
Groomer?
I signed up for public comment 3 and public comment and 3.
Okay,
Agenda
so if you
3.
would start with...
There she is.
Well, actually, item 3 is not open for public comment. So you have a minute for general public comment, and you can talk about item 3 or anything else relating to the city then.
Well,
So-
I know a person who's a low-level prison offender, nonviolent. His name is Terry Neese, and he tells me that the reason he's not in prison is police want to use mind read radar on him. And here is mind read radar. Someone take this and hand it out to the council, city council. The CIA denies it, that there's mind read radar. And Terry Neese, who has a Facebook account on Facebook, he knows like I know, there's mind reading radar, okay? And this will show you that there's been lots of patents. Here's a there's a called Silent Sound. There's another one. This patent right here is called a method for remotely monitoring and altering brain waves. Okay, it sounds like all, what do you call it, out in outer space. It's not.
Kids, let's get the kids out of here first.
It's
Thank you.
Thank you
Let's
for your
get
comment.
the kids out of here first. And to your jailbird friend, all we can say is,
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
then you won't have trouble.
Are you with us?
Then you won't have trouble. I know you're so oppressed too. I know.
Hi, which items had you signed up
For item number 12.
for? Okay, so it's not open for a public comment as an item, but you can talk about it in general, so we'll set the clock for a minute. So please begin. The floor is yours.
Okay. My name is Jade Puga, and I wrote and prepared the nomination for the mural Tenochtitlan, The Wall That Talks. The mural has been just a spot of brightness for the community, and it has a large history of support.
Scoob? What's up, Saf?
The images that are depicted on the mural are a history that is not taught in schools. It's important that this mural is recognized as a monument in the city of Los Angeles for the importance that it brings to the Chicano community, and
Hi,
we
Rudy.
hope that you will support it today. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you.
Support the painting? What's going on, man?
Okay, Mary.
What does it
Fraden?
say? Sweet. Well, what does mine say? Dude. But wait, what does mine say? Sweet. But what does mine say?
Anyone else wish to speak at this time? In chambers?
That's what she said.
Yes, Mr. President, I believe Stacy is coming up.
Sweet. And
So
then.
if you remind us of your name that you signed up under, which items you want to speak on.
Stacy Scare-Willinger, items
Oh,
5,
here-
17,
here's
and
the
general
singer.
public comment.
There's the
Okay,
singer.
So,
You
5
wanted her?
we
There
voted
she is.
on.
Cigar
17 we can talk about
Bollinger.
First for a minute, and then if you talk about 5 or anything
His
else.
name is
for the general,
Cigar
that would be great. So
Bollinger.
start with
Just think
17 for a
about
minute,
that.
please.
Okay, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members present. Is that a quorum, City Attorney?
So please continue with item 17.
He doesn't know what a quorum
Or
is.
do we not need to have quorum for
Please-
public comment?
We have a quorum.
No,
Please start.
We do?
So, Speaker, start with item 17.
All right, so 17 is presented by Kevin De Leon. Why are we entertaining his motions? Remember a long time ago when we all made a big show of our moral fortitude and said no more business as usual while he's here? We're entertaining his motions.
You voted for it.
Funding for snitches to turn in their neighbors because the LAPD can't do their job despite being the only adequately funded program in the city there is. I'll just make note that Acting President Price asked everyone to pay attention for public comment today, and y'all have not honored that whatsoever. So I'll move on to general.
Okay.
Heard it from a friend who leaked it on an audio. There's a racist on the council, and I do believe it, that you're all complicit. No business as usual is what you said. Kevin De Leon's a racist. You are working with a racist, and we don't want him around. Time to resign, Kevin. Same with Krikorian. It's a boring and wrong, Kevin De Leon. Heard it from a friend who leaked it on an audio that there's a racist here in chambers. Can we please have a quorum for public comment, folks? Jesus Christ, get in your seats. You're overpaid.
Damn, that shit slaps.
Thank you for that rendition.
That shit slaps, son.
Richard Montes.
Dang, that shit is hard right there. She tried to hit the note too, gave us 2 verses. Girl gave us 2 whole verses.
Which item did you sign up for general comment
Gave us
on
the
item
hook.
12?
Gave us everything, the chorus.
Item 12 isn't open as an item, but you can talk about it in general. So you have a minute, and the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. I'm here in support of the historical cultural nomination for the mural located in Highland Park. The importance of this mural is that it not only reflects images of our culture, but it also depicts our history that was not taught to us in school. And
I
but
agree,
it's
Sal.
reflected in the mural, and it has inspired not just the people of Highland Park, but the people of Los Angeles, and I hope that you guys support the nomination today. Thank you.
And I don't feel bad for any of
Thank
these
you.
ones complaining, because every single one you see complaining voted for this
Okay, last
shit.
call
They all voted
for-
for these people.
I think we've taken all the calls, all the speakers here in chambers. Let's move to the phones. We got one more?
2 more.
We have
Why are you trying to
a couple more
skip,
people
fool?
up there, Mr. President.
All right.
Lazy
let's hear
fuck.
everyone today.
Lazy asshole. Why are you trying to skip? Lazy ass motherfucker already wants to go home.
So speakers have just come through in
I've
whatever
been here for 2
order you're
hours.
ready in.
So much work. It's hard to do. Clowns. Fucking clowns. Chick is too crazy, dude. Wastes her time coming down here every goddamn day to sing to folks about the same motherfucker living rent free in her head.
Hi, Speaker. When you get to the mic, would you please let us know the name you're signing up under and which items you want to speak
ZZ, why don't you go to Palestine and free them
Yes,
yourself?
my name is Andy Ledesma.
'Cause I don't give a shit.
And I'm here to speak about item number 12, the mural in Highland Park, The Wall That Talks. I'm one of the original artists. That mural represents the heart of Highland Park. It's a historical snapshot of the cultural evolution that was taking place in the early 90s and through the mid 2000s. And it also represents, it's a message to all young Chicanos to know their heritage so that they don't repeat some of the things that keep going, and to give them hope and to remind them that we come from a great culture. And it's an offering to everybody because it's about our indigenous history on this continent. You know, America, just as in the United States, America is a huge, wonderfully diverse continent. And I think that represents the best of our history. Thank you very much for allowing me to speak.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Right on time.
Right on time.
Next speaker, please. Just come to the podium.
Okay, no, they're still in there. Thought I lost Twitch for a second, but Twitch is up. We need a Yuri
Speaker,
drop.
If you'd let us know the name you're signing up under and which items you want to speak on.
The name is Bex, item 17, and general comment.
Okay, so you have a minute for item 17, followed by a minute for general. Please begin.
So for item 17, I think it's a shame that you guys are all allowing this motion to be presented by Kevin De Leon. You guys promised us that it would not be business as usual. You condemned him for his racism, for his anti-blackness, and for his anti-indigeneity, and yet here he is continuing to present motions on this council. This city council is illegitimate. He needs to be removed, he needs to be censured, and he needs to be recalled. Again, I also call out Monica Rodriguez. How dare you second his motion and continue to be complicit in his racism and his anti-indigeneity, especially when you in particular showed up at an Indigenous Peoples Assembly last year that I attended. So how dare you? How dare you? Shame to you. And shame to the city council for allowing this to continue. I'm going to move on now to general public comment.
Sure.
First off, I think it's a shame that you make people who are disabled walk so damn far to get to this podium. That's ableism. And it should not be allowed in this city council.
What's ableism?
You should give people the shortest path possible to address the city council and support democracy and support people who are accessing democracy. I also think that it's horrible to allow that you are going to tear communities apart. This is continuing with 17, but it's in my general public comment. I don't mind. That you are tearing communities apart by supporting snitches. That's what tears community apart. But the police tear communities apart. And finally, I forgot what the rest of it was, but shame on you, basically.
Shame on you, just basically. Oh, shit. Hold on a sec, guys. Damn it. Lost the audio for just a moment here. Fuck. All right. There we go. Give me 1 second. We have the audio back in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
You will be asked to leave if you disrupt again.
Okay, any more speakers? In chambers? Okay, we're going to move into... All right, sir, come forward, please.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Which items had you signed up for, Mr. Harlan?
Oh, this guy's
I'm
awesome.
Donald Harlan. I'd like to speak on
I think
agenda
so.
items number...
Is that him? No, maybe not. My bad.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and general public comment.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes, actually, for items
Exalted, they haven't
13
adjourned yet.
and 15. The rest of them, we've already satisfied public comment. So
Well, you still have
please
to
begin
do
with 13 and
Collins.
15, and then you'll have a
They're
minute
trying to
for
get to
general.
Collins.
Hello, I'm Donald Harlan. I'm agenda item number 13. This is about giving money to the Department of Building and Safety and the powers of the Land Use Committee. I like that they're using technology and bringing green technology to the buildings, but I have a problem with the Plum Committee that they believe that CEQA owns real estate.
I don't
CEQA
know,
does
bad
not own
challenger.
real estate.
I think they're
proving an environmental
voicing their
permit for
opinion and
CEQA
someone
does
matter
not
that it matters.
mean that you own the property, and I'm concerned about city council using government money to fund illegal activities, further developing illegally developed real estate. Agenda item number 15.
He has mad charisma. You're riveted. He's not
This is
prepared.
About the Chandler Bikeway Development Project. I like the bikeways. I'm all about bikeways. I like having bike paths and stuff, walkways, wide walkways. But I'm concerned about council members Krikorian and Lee illegally developing the real estate along the metro to benefit themselves. That they're funding a lot of money in there, handing out a lot of jobs. I really like that stuff, but you know, the metro stuff. But Krikorian and Lee, it looks like that they're illegally developing along the future metro routes. They're involved in a lot of illegal real estate deals that needs to be
You
stopped.
can go into general if you wish, Mr. Harlan.
Let's see, what else to say? Sorry, I just ran up. This city council has a lot of problems, lots of illegal deals.
No shit, Sherlock.
Like I mentioned, I didn't want, I believe that your claims to LA Harbor is illegal. LA Harbor is my property. The city of Los Angeles has never, ever
It's his
owned
property.
any of the LA Harbor ever in its history, ever, unless I granted them a building. There's tons of illegal real estate down there. I'm sick of you guys making up fake civil rights icons.
He is the guy.
And then declaring, oh, they're great landowners. They're going to build this and that and do this and that. I mean, when is the corruption going to end here? How ridiculous are you people? How far are you guys going to go? You assumed everybody learned everything from television.
Thanks, Mr. Harlan.
He's the crazy one who said he owns the Man Chinese
We've
Theater
taken
and all
everybody
that.
in the room, Mr. President, which means we're ready for telephonic comment.
You
All right,
keep
let's move to those.
you keep building on my
comments on
properties.
the phone. I think they've already received instructions. Is that with them, Mr. Clerk?
He must have taken most of his medication
Yes, we've read
today.
out the
City Attorney?
instructions.
Much more
Yes, the
calm.
instructions have all been read out, so I
All
think
right,
we're
let's
good
take
to
our
go.
first call, please, on the phone.
Much more calm than he normally is.
First caller, what items would you like to speak on?
Yeah, it's Eric Previn from Studio City.
Hi,
I'd like to
Eric.
Speak on the available items and also general public comment.
Sure. So you have 3 minutes, Mr.
Please,
President.
go boy,
for items
call in.
1, 13, 15, 16, and 17, followed by a minute for general.
Yes,
Please
Hollywood.
begin.
He owns everything.
Okay, and I'll jump in on item number 1, but before I do, I just want to say thank you for all the SWAT items. We need that.
Thanks,
rushing
Mr.
into
Previn.
buildings,
Let's-
with robots and dogs. Okay, number 1. Thank you, Fauble, for your stirring comments earlier. You've done a great job, and you're continuing to do a great job of holding the line. Now, what is this on unarmed response and safety? We want an office of unarmed response and safety. I think that's important. But what's been really on everybody's mind was this horrible article in the Los Angeles Times about the Metro. And that's under the city's jurisdiction because we have 4 members from City Hall on the Metro Board. And what we're all facing is the same problem. What can we do in the way of unarmed response that can be effective? And so that's what we're all after. And we've got 300 ambassadors for the record. It's not this item, but we have $1 million right here that we're very, very excited to build up an office. But here's my question, which is a very important question for the folks like me who are a little more progressive in the real world. That we don't want to do the same old stuff. We don't want to tase people, who are breaking the law.
Don't tase me, bro!
In the metro or something like that. But let me clarify. what are you supposed to do? Because I was talking to a kid who got into Laksa, and I said, oh, you should ride the metro down to the, on the red line. But the parent said, absolutely not. I said, no, they can go in a group. She said, absolutely not. I said, why?
Not.
And then I rode the metro myself.
My kid works.
I have to be honest, I am a big, strong guy, but I was worried.
So we
about
seem to have slid off the topic, Mr. President.
unarmed response. No, unarmed response was not available.
And it's
armed
time to
response
move on
was
to
not
another
available.
item as well anyway.
Well, no, I'd like to finish my remarks on that item. Why can't I do that?
Because you were busy sucking his dick for
Continue
15
How about
seconds.
item 2? How about item 2?
You're doing
No?
such a great
No, it's
job.
1, 13, and
20
15
seconds
through
ago.
17.
Fucking idiot.
All right, so then I'll go on to 13.
Got what you voted
And I'll
for,
connect to
asshole.
The idea.
Don't cry. I'm going to lick those
which is
tears
that
up.
The decarbonization and renewable energy objectives are critically important, but they're not going to work to get people moving around Los Angeles properly if people won't opt into the metro system because of the lack of unarmed security.
Hear the dog?
Or armed security.
Dog
So the
saying,
question,
help
which is
me.
very real,
Get me out of here.
What can
Please.
we do if somebody is, for example, smoking cigarettes inside a closed car of a metro station? I'm a liberal guy, but that can't be tolerated.
No
and I don't
shit,
want
you're
that
a
person
liberal.
to necessarily be arrested
No
and
shit,
taken
liberal.
to jail, but it cannot be tolerated. Nobody will opt into those kinds of situations. Decarbonization aside, administrative processes,
You can move on to
we can do
general
whatever we
public
want.
comment, Mr. President.
Another
No, I'm not
liberal
ready
mind
yet.
for
Why are
you.
you taking away my time? I'm talking about
Actually,
the item,
because your time expired, you're ready for public comment. Please begin.
Okay, well, for public comment, I'm very against this procedural game of not allowing people to speak on the items. Like, I wanted to talk about all the Kevlar that we're getting from some gift bullshit. It's not appropriate, okay? And this whole game of you can't talk about that, but you can talk about it in general is asinine. And asininity starts in Washington, because today, 52 senators affirmed a vote to at least have a vote on Eric Garcetti. The senator from New York, Schumer, came out and said we're happy to have an ambassador. He's not the ambassador yet. At 2:15, they're going to come back and have a vote. It's so appalling because 19 whistleblowers in Los Angeles who came out of the woodwork and told the truth, which is that this was a festival of bad things and toxicity led by Rick Jacobs and enabled, that's the word, Bubble, underline that, enabled by the mayor of our city. And now he has hoodwinked the president and the senators, and looks like he might be going. But, I believe.
Thank you, Mr. Previn. Thanks. Next speaker.
Next speaker. What items would you like to speak on?
Fucking weirdo. Fucking liberal kook. I mean, they shouldn't be arrested or
Hi,
jailed for
good
smoking
morning.
a
Can you hear me?
cigarette, but
We sure can. Which
I
items
should
would
just
you
beat
like
him to
speak on?
death.
Okay, perfect. This is just public comment.
Great. You have a minute.
Hi, my name is Gail Raff. That's R-A-F-F, first name Gail. I've lived in the city of Los Angeles my entire life. And I am protecting the animals and have been and participated in all the commission meetings during COVID, which were telephonic. As of yesterday, the commission meetings, LA Animal Services is non-telephonic, just in person only, because we're advised the room is not capable for handling Zoom or telephonic meetings on complaints or public comment. How can you have a meeting for a group that is having issues with their transparency, and we're not being allowed any Zoom conversation? They either need to be placed in a room that can handle Zoom, or they need to be given that update so they can hear us. This is not right.
dummy, they don't listen to you, and you voted for it, so shut the fuck up,
What
bitch.
items would you like to speak on?
You voted for it. Shut up, bitch.
Morning. I would like to speak on 17 and general public comment.
Great. So you have a minute for each. Please begin.
On 17, good morning. I would like to apologize to the city council members for having to listen to the people calling in and complaining about KDL. They aren't smart enough to realize you work for them. KDL stands strong. On a public comment, to the people complaining about their lack of representation and acting like the city council members aren't doing the job you elected them for, you get what you vote for. Every one of you complaining
Hi,
that you're
Lisa.
complaining about is ignoring you today. They're
Hi,
walking
Randy.
around. They're ignoring your communities. They all have a D next to their names. When people try to show you who they are, let them. Remember, they work for you, and this is the respect that they show you. Maybe if they thought there was a chance that you would vote for someone else, they would respect you. Unfortunately, you're in an abusive relationship, and I know you'll never leave.
So,
Shout out to Smoke and Scam. Roll a fatty for our pimp daddy.
Bang!
so their speaker, you've got. Okay,
Next speaker. Impressive. What items would you like to speak on?
Thanks, bro. Much love.
Yes, good morning.
Hi. Which items would you like to speak on today, Ms. Grimes?
Public comment and the mural, or has the mural been voted on?
It hasn't been voted on, but it's not open as an item. But you can talk about it in
Was it
general.
you,
so
Bill?
We'll set the clock for minutes. So the floor is yours. Please begin.
Thank you. First of all, the mural, I support it, and I support it. Why? Because as a young Chicano Native American who grew up in Puebla, Colorado, what happened in Los Angeles reflected on all of us. And so I hope that we can share this with everyone who is considers himself a Chicano. But to all the Latino politicians, I want to look you as I see you on TV and say to you, are you doing the best for the Chicano community? Are you representing us with dignity and honor and integrity, or are you self-serving yourselves? So ask that question, and please, I hope you guys can say, yes, I really support and care for my Latino community and all people of the city of Los Angeles. Thank you.
Drop some real shit right there, guys.
Smoke. Next caller. What items would you like to speak on?
This is hello.
Hi.
This is Ankur Patel from Chatsworth. I'd like to speak on item number 1, unarmed response. Item number 15, $170,000 for the North Hollywood redevelopment.
Was it
project
you,
in
Donovan?
the city.
Thank you, Donovan.
And I'd like to speak on item number 16 in CD6, the relative to the funding for the Sherman Way Tunnel, and
I
also
am, Jorge.
general public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for items 1, 15, and 16, followed by a minute for general. Please begin, speaker.
Right. So unarmed response. I actually take the subway. I don't like taking the subway 2 hours to get to City Hall to make a 2-minute. That's why I take 4 minutes of public comment and 2 hours back. A simple way of addressing this is to allow people to take a photo of what's going on, 311, something like that, send it to this Office of Unarmed Response, and the appropriate response can then be delivered. These ambassadors, some of them are nice, most of them are useless. They're sitting in the back on their phones. They're not cleaning up. Cleanliness, right? If you want to, broken windows theory is completely wrong. But if we go on and talk about cleanliness, it's uncomfortable to be around. Other people have used expletive words to talk about the state of the metro. And yes, I take it because I'm a single man and I know how to handle myself and avoid people and et cetera. But yes, for field trips with kids, come on. Like, there are so many different ways that unarmed response, and this should be up. It should not be $1 million. It should be like $10 million. We need a full-on, the whole 311, 911, the redirection of calls coming into the city. That whole project, this is a good opportunity to really get in. Do the math, right? Do the math in terms of how many calls we're getting, where they're going, how they're being distributed, right? We don't need an officer with a gun to go deal with unhoused people, right? This is, everyone's saying it, we understand it. Now, this is a big opportunity. Put a zero behind it, right?
What if the unhoused person has a gun?
Unarmed response is going to do it. I'll volunteer. There's so many people who want to do this work. So miss this opportunity. How much more time do I have for my items?
You're exhausted
Some
item number 1, but you
Nina?
have a little over a minute for 14 and 15.
Sparks? I won't. I was on last night.
I said 15
I'll
and
be on
16,
Friday.
So I'll try to be quick. Again, making the connection between what is available to people online through the documents, clicking, speaker cards. I'm doing all of that. And it looks like there's a lot, and staff is doing this. I know a lot of you have good staff. Some of you have okay staff. Some of you got lazy staff. right? Some of you got unpaid staff that are taking 2-hour lunches and not doing work, right? I did more work than some of your staff did right now on this, looking through this agenda hard. And I'm not even through 2 minutes of my public comment.
So
But
I don't
that's
think
just a challenge for everyone to do better, right? Make it more accessible. Show what's going on with this bond expenditure agreement in item number 15. The Streets LA is going to do limited preliminary planning. Hopefully that goes well. Item 16, this is interesting because this is City Council District 6. There's no city council member. There's a special election. I'm supporting.
Please,
Antoinette
Goat
Scully,
Boy,
off topic.
call in.
The motion is supported by Lee and Blumenfield. I live in City Council District 12, and I'm very familiar with.
I'm not
That's
sure
right,
if we're
Wolf.
on topic, but
Thank
it's
you
ready to
for-
go. You're ready to go into general anyway. Go ahead.
Guarantee you he voted
Thank
for
you.
them.
And I'd
Yet
like
he's
to say that
crying.
too, and then going to general comment, right? Lee and Blumenfield, all the city councilmen, we could do better, help each other out. And yesterday I subbed at Chatsworth High School. Monday I subbed at Chatsworth High School. We taught Fahrenheit 451, reading a book to kids who can't read a book. It was crazy.
Junior
We're gonna
high
be
and they
at
can't
City
read?
Hall to Grand Park today, right? Mr. Armani got to go back to Miami, not to be Secretary of Education. Mr. Armani, that's my nickname for the superintendent of instruction, about photo ops, looks good in an Armani suit, but doesn't care about the kids, doesn't do the work. Last week I subbed at Stillmore High School, special ed, right? Moderate to severe. There are so many better places to be putting our resources. I sent some emails about fun field trips to some of the offices. If you're curious, this is a big opportunity. We're going to be taking a field trip to Central Park today, Grand Park today, our Central Park. It's not even that central. From Chatsworth, that takes me 2 hours, like I said. But we're going to be coming from all over the city to show solidarity for the teachers, for SEIU Local 99, the support workers that make schools run. That's like 30,000 workers. There's like 30,000 teachers.
Thank you,
I
Speaker.
don't see everyone
If you
getting
got a
there.
room
So
full of
hopefully you'll be
kids,
there.
Next speaker.
you got a room full of junior high kids
Next
that can't
caller.
read. Whose
What items
fault
would you
is
like to
that?
speak on?
Whose fault is that? What are the teachers there to do if they're not teaching them? Maybe they're
Speak
busy
with the last
teaching them
four
shit they
digits,
shouldn't be taught,
2094. Please
and
press
not
star
the
6 to unmute
curriculum.
yourself.
Aaron Jose.
Hmm.
Agenda number 1, 17, and general public comment.
Great. So you have 2 minutes for items 1 and 17, followed by a minute for general. The floor is yours. Please begin.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Byron Jose, a longtime resident of the city of Los Angeles.
What's up, Byron?
Councilmember Price, I am glad that you are here presiding over this meeting today. As I mentioned, I am part of the Trans Latina Coalition and other different community groups, different issues going on in the city council and in the community. So I actually want to talk to you about different ways that we can address, again, the funding with the ambassadors, right? Like, we
Right,
don't need to
Joker.
fund the police, we need to find care. The reason why people are not riding the bus and the transit is because it sucks. It takes too much time, there's no shade. And the city continues to time and time again defund services instead of fund services that are going to protect the community. Councilmember Price, as the pro tem president, I would like for you to reconsider the following, right? Making sure this whole body continues to lose credibility the more and more you have Kevin here, but we're going to get to that in a minute. Again, we want to make sure that we make this meeting accessible. I would encourage you to have a new representative from the city attorney's office who is bilingual and is not just there to snitch on protesters like Ms. Camille and time again single out people because they're black or because they may be Asian and you cannot tell them apart, right? Or people who are immigrants who do not speak Spanish, who do not speak English, right? Or children, as you saw earlier today and many times, right? So the more and more this body continues to not do the proper service and actually do your job, you're going to continue to be protested. You won't be able to bring your dignitaries. You won't be able to bring children. Is that just a reflection
That's
of
right,
this
Cortland.
body? So Councilmember Price, as the pro tem, again, we look forward to
True,
working with
BJ.
you. Maybe there needs to be change in leadership, right? We saw that Metro Farrell could not run meetings. He got voted out. Anyway, so before I get interrupted by a white man on staying on topic or not, even though these are matters from the city, and as a resident, I deserve to speak on any of them at any given time. Kevin, why are you here? Kevin, I'm talking
there he
to
is.
you.
The
Why
racist
fuck
is there.
are you here? And more importantly, why are your staff
You can
here?
go on to,
Again, the
general.
more that all of you, whether you're Nori's voice left over, right, or
The
whether you're
racist.
that one person that continue to second all of Kevin's emotions and
Right there.
ordinance, why does this body continue to uphold this? Again, we want to make sure that you continue to fund things that are actually services and programs that benefit the community, that not just continue to funding the police. I guess I can move on to public comment. I can't. You don't have a proper timer. There's no way for us to able to tell time unless we get interrupted by a white man. Again, last week around Spot, there was no public comment. You kept silencing protesters. You arrested a protester after the public left. Because, again, you keep saying that there was a time for the general public to speak, like now, but you keep determining arbitrarily which items have been heard or not been heard or open to public comment. And as someone just mentioned, right, is the onus is on us, the public, to do all this work and all this research. We have to look up the agenda. We have to look up which items we can speak or not speak on. And again...
Thank you, Speaker.
There you go. I love it.
Please.
And all we know is we get interrupted by a white guy. Oh, that was hysterical. The time's up. The white guy's talking.
Speak with the last 4 digits, 5554. Please press star 6 to unmute yourself.
So,
Hello.
Hi, Sean.
Hello. Hi.
Hey. Hi, Sean. Which
Yeah, how
items
you
would you like to
doing?
speak on? I'm great.
Yeah.
Which items would you like to speak on, Sean?
General public.
Very good, Sean. You have a minute.
Yeah. People in just please go out and vote April 4th for a new council member. I'm sure they're council member for a new council member. It's still raining. The polls are more than ever. We need to fix them. Thanks.
Thanks, Sean.
Bro, get a new phone.
Next caller.
Get a new
what
fucking
items would you like
phone.
to speak on?
Ridiculous. Go out and vote for one of these same assholes. Expect the difference.
Hi. Which items would you like to speak
Hi.
on?
Good morning. Thank you. First of all, I wanted to just say something on item number 9 and then just public comment, please.
So we voted on 9, but you can talk about it in general. So we'll set the clock for a
Okay.
minute, and the floor is yours. Please begin.
Okay, great. First of all, Council Member Soto Martinez, we heard you on Conan Nolan Park Lake.
On
taking the
Conan
fence down.
Nolan.
People there are frightened to death of you. This is the first time
I'll
that
be
the
right
families
back
and the
after
children
that.
have been able to use that park. Children who don't have the luxury of backyards to play in, very much the way that you grew up. How dare you not care about them at all? You're threatening to take the fence down, and you seem to have no problem if the encampments return. Might I remind you, it cost $1.1 million in repairs and restoration, and 35.7 tons of solid waste were removed from the lake, so that people living over there, including my grown child and her husband and their kids, can use that Echo Park Lake now. Why don't you care about the safety of the children getting to their schools here, or the children being able to use that beautiful park? There's a real problem here. You need to look inside your heart. Number 9, I just wanted to say I'm so happy that we're replacing some of our planning commissioners who have been nothing but Eric
Thanks.
Garcetti.
Thank you, Speaker.
Next speaker. What items would you like to speak on?
Items number 1 and 17.
Great. So you have a minute each. Please begin.
Okay, my name is Jonathan. I'll start with number 1. Sending unarmed responders to potentially dangerous situations could put them at risk of harm or injury. Unarmed responders may not be able to effectively handle certain types of emergencies, such as involving those firearms or other weapons. It can lead to delays in response times or inadequate handling of situations. The cost could be a burden on taxpayers or result in cuts to other essential public services.
Bro, still got a
And there may be
rotary phone?
resistance from law enforcement agencies who are used to handling emergency situations themselves, leading to tension and conflict between the unarmed responders and law enforcement personnel. Number 17, there is a risk that community members who are incentivized to provide information about the felons may provide false or misleading information in order to receive the payment.
Thanks,
Those-
DJ.
this
Dallas, I
could result in
appreciate
innocent individuals being wrongly accused or punished. The selection of which felons to investigate may be influenced by community bias.
Stop
leading
when
to
you die, Dallas.
Disproportionate focus on certain groups or individuals. Paying community members to gather information could raise privacy concerns, as individuals may feel their personal information is being shared with others without their consent, and lead to a breach
I got a
of trust
dono?
between
Oh.
individuals and the communities.
Sorry,
Lastly,
whoever I missed. I'll look
offering
on the
payment for
thing.
information about felons raises legal and ethical questions, such as whether it is appropriate. to
Andrew C. Thank
incentivize
you,
people
Andrew. Go
to
Kings,
engage
go.
in activities that could result in harm to others. It is important to carefully consider the potential consequences and ensure that any actions taken are legal and ethical. Thank you.
Thank you, Wolf, for letting me know.
Thank you.
And thank you again, Andrew C.
Next speaker.
Go,
Next
Kings,
caller.
go.
What items would you like to speak on?
Sparks, thank you.
Speaker, the last four digits 4208. What items would you like to speak on?
Oh, hi, speaker. Which item
Hello.
did you want to speak on?
Hello.
Yes, Pablo. Stop calling. I'd like to speak on general public comment.
Just general? Okay, you have a minute. Please go ahead.
Kevin, what are you doing, man?
It's right there,
I
Kevin.
told you you're getting yourself into some trouble. And that AIDS healthcare story last week is just kind of the tip of the iceberg. As mentioned, like, you were getting paid by them right up until you came into office and then voted on 3 items for them. Conflict of interest. And you had a bunch of clients that you were employed by in the lead up to you taking office. And I'm just looking around the council file system. I'm frankly baffled that you were not only making motions on their behalf, but introducing motions, lining up contracts. Bad stuff, buddy. Anyways, yield my time.
I yield my time. Why would you yield your time? You waited all
Next
that time
caller.
for that? Why
What
would you
items
yield
would you like
time?
to speak on?
Weird. Hello? 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 Hello?
Speak with the last four digits 7806. What items would you like to speak on?
Hello?
So, speaker out there with the last digit 7806. If you're
Hello?
there. Hi.
Wanna
Which
call in?
items did you want to speak on?
Hi.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Item 17 and item public comment, please.
Great. So you have a minute for
Didn't
item
even know there was a
17. Please
show
start with
called
that one,
Damon.
and then a minute for general.
Melissa?
So the floor is yours.
I have my own
Thank-
show and I didn't know
Thank
it.
you very much. I am
Oh, wait, I have my own show.
Item 17. As a voter in the city, anyone that votes yes for Kevin DeLeon or anything that he brings up is nothing but a racist. And that includes any of the new people that are on this council. If you vote yes for this item, then you are just a racist as much as he is. Kevin, you need to resign. Public comment, we still need to address the signage issues. When it comes to EV charging, we do not have the proper signage for these chargers. Some of them are still at parking meters, which is uncalled for, and it needs to be fixed. You need to fund Clinton because Clinton needs staff and he needs help. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, bro. We're all enlightened.
Next
Thanks
caller.
to that little comment.
What items would you like to speak on?
Hi, good morning. Which item talks about the parking meter?
I think that would just be general comment at this point. So we'll set the clock.
Called
for a
in to
minute
talk
for you.
about
Please
a
begin.
parking meter. 45 minutes online.
Okay, thank
Waiting.
you, Mr. Fable. Hey, Mr. Fable, I just wanted to ask about the parking meters. Now, do the parking meters? Do we have like an app for people to use whenever their parking meter is about to expire, where they can just pay to add more time to avoid a parking ticket? That's what I would like to see if that is something that's available.
I'm sure you would.
Visitors and residents of the city of Los Angeles to use just to avoid getting a parking ticket, which could be very expensive. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
What an idiot. Waited all that time to ask him about that, to know some shit that you know goddamn well they ain't doing. How much revenue they're
Next
going to lose
caller.
to not
What
write
items would you like to speak
tickets?
on?
Give people a chance to pay from wherever they're eating? Are you stupid?
Speak with the last four digits 72.
In theory, it's a great
55.
idea for
what items would
us.
you like to speak on?
Right? Little 5-minute reminder, it's
morning.
coming up.
Hi, it's a little
Pay.
hard to hear you. Which items did you want to speak on?
That would be number 1, number 16, and number 17, and general public comment.
Please,
Okay, so you
Goat
have
Boy,
3
call
minutes
in.
for those
Please, we
items,
need you,
followed
Goat
by a
Boy.
minute for general. Please begin.
Yes, number 1, taking a gun away from a police officer for unarmed response, $1 million to take a gun away from an officer. I'm sorry. Well, again, this is policing 101, public servant 101. Why would you have to give them $1 million to remove a gun from an officer? Use those $1 million to put officers on those platforms for these people. Like most of the people are addressing, and most people are disconnected. It's not safe to be on those systems. My sister works downtown. Been working down there for 30 years. She will not write the red line or any of these things because of the safety issue with it. But to take away a gun and give the peace officers $1 million to do so, that makes no sense. We're just giving money away at this point. Get more officers on those platforms so they can respond to these things. $1 million to take away a gun. Think about what that says. Unarmed. That's all it is taking away the gun. Get the resources and get the people available to them. Make it safe to be able to put your kids back on the school buses so you don't have to wait in line and drop them off at the front gates of the schools. Unless you've been there, and that's, again, empathy, then you won't understand what it is. And I don't mean 10 years ago when you went to school. Times have changed. Today's generation is not safe to put anybody on that bus that are children. Much less, even some adults won't ride it. So let's think about that before we go give $1 million away from an officer.
Do you want to move on to the other items, Speaker?
Let's please do that. Yeah, number 16, I am running for City Council District 6, and there's a tunnel that is adjacent to the 170 freeway. We're going towards cleaning. That needs to be cemented up. Already went out there and did research. There are shut-off valves on either side of the freeway. So the platform that they're having is right now that they won't allow them to cement it in, which is the safest and best way to go because they say that there's water tunnels underneath. Well, we had the same thing at Pacoima Middle School, and we did it 20 years ago, I believe. So it's cemented in. We can be done, but we need a representative that's out there and pushing forward. Right now, they want to put a gate on there. All that's going to do is giving a door to the people by homeless to live in there. We need to cement it in. There's shut-off valves to be able to do so. Please reach out to Water and Power. If not, maybe I'll go in front of the council and ask them to look into that. They need to cement that in. Not a gate, cement. It can be done. We've already done it at Pacoima Middle School. So with that being said, please look into that for them.
You can move to general
They already
if
got
you
the
wish.
funding.
You can go to general.
What's up, Killa? Common, good to hear.
Okay, general public
There
comment.
goes some good stuff.
Again, Manuel, I'm empathy again. My father was killed, so I love the resources to be able to bring somebody forward for his murder. With that being said, if that can be happen for De Leon's city council, it's not for him. It's not for him. It's for the family.
De Leon.
Moreno's family. So if we can do that, that'd be a great thing. Just again, keeping a cap of who we're dealing with. Is he going to try and get a pat in the back at the end because he found the person? Somebody should put that kind of resources to find out who the other corrupt people are next to De Leon to, again, bring it out. Who else is involved in the corruption there for redistricting? So Kevin De Leon, even though I don't approve of your things, I do forgive you. We're supposed to forgive. But we can't forget who you are. And you going out for this, I'm doing this for the family, Mr. Segura.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you. We're going to hang
Next
up on you
speaker.
now.
What items would you like to speak on?
Straight hung up in his fucking face.
Yeah, public comment, please.
Sure. You have a minute. Please begin.
Yeah, Daniel Gust, Substack.com. I was on hold yesterday when you cut me off, Auble. It's all going to come back the next time I have you in court. Council members, you have a wide cheating scandal on a captain's test at the LA Fire Department. Where is the outside investigation? Karen Bass is ignoring it. Krikorian is ignoring it. Rodriguez is ignoring it. And I'm telling you, you need to get ahead of this LAFD cheating scandal because what's coming next is far, far more grievous. You can bury your head in the sand on this. You can censor, but ultimately, Monica Rodriguez, you are responsible for the cheating scandal. Why isn't it being investigated outside? Why aren't these cheaters being fired? Why are you allowing first responders who seek to be a captain or higher allowed to cheat the taxpayers? We're paying you to run fair tests, and we have this thing proven. Get an outside investigation going and not by your law firm donors. You have a major scandal.
Thank you.
She's the one on the left side with
Next
the nice
speaker.
glasses
What items
that
would you like to
everybody
speak
loves.
on?
That's her, Monica Rodriguez.
General public comment.
Sure, you have a minute. Please begin.
Latinos are the undisputed majority in Los Angeles. Why then do they only get one seat on the ad hoc committee on city governance reform? This is more than a slight injury to our representation, crossing the line into hate. We do not want to take this up, but we have to defend ourselves. We can make mistakes, like illegally recorded, undignified, cheeky banter, but we are not the people that live off the wealth and power acquired from the enslavement of our African grandfathers and grandmothers. Yet sinister forces have crafted a certain negative perception of us, especially with rhetorical and physical manifestations of anti-Latinoism directed towards us and even our representatives. They try to subdue us with the final resolution 112289, but we got stronger. Just look at CD 13. We do not want this, but fate brought us here. Evil hates us because we have a great power of love. What do you have in your heart?
I hate you. I hate you. I don't even know
Mr.
you,
President, there are
and
no
I
more
hate your
speakers on the
guts.
virtual queue.
I don't even know you, but I hate your guts.
Okay, no more speakers at this time. We've had over an hour of public comment.
Come on.
In person and on the
7-Eleven
phones.
cup.
So we will close the phone lines at this time. Close public comment.
Get loud in the arena. Come on.
Mr. Clerk,
Let's hear it,
what items are available for us to vote on at this time?
Mr. President, the council may now vote on items 15 through 17.
Oh, yeses. Let's get over
Okay,
it.
members,
People
without
start
objection, let's
making
open the roll.
noises and get loud.
Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
So they can't work.
13 ayes.
Okay, those matters are passed.
13 ayes. No nays. Okay. Sat here doing nothing all goddamn day. Now it's time to work, and I can't figure
Mr.
out
Clerk,
what to
let's
do.
move on to the items the members have called special for discussion.
Old sidebar
Yes, Mr.
and
President, the
some
council
bitch
may
you.
now consider item 1 as amended by motion Blumenfield Hernandez.
Why the mask? Because they're scared, Venom.
Okay, any comments, members? Mr. Blumenfield.
Colleagues, I rise in support of this motion as amended. All of us around this horseshoe, I know, are excited and want to have a robust network of alternative responders. We know that when someone calls 911 in a time of crisis, the life-saving impact is about who responds and with what resources they have to respond. Here in this city, we've had some good co-deployment models for a long time, and we are growing our unarmed response models. And as we scale our network of alternative responses, we also
corduroy?
need to provide the infrastructure and support to make sure that these
It
initiatives
was.
expand across our city.
Got the
Mayor
patches
Bass
too,
and
Diamond,
Deputy
right
Mayor
here.
of Community Safety Karen Lane, who I think is in the chambers somewhere here, are partners in this effort. The mayor is about to stand up within her office, a community safety
Who hasn't done shit
office
since
within
you've been
her
there?
office that will
4
help
months in now, almost
drive
3
the
months.
shape of this initiative
Ain't done
as
a
we
fucking
move it
thing.
forwards.
Except
But
for
we need
talk.
to have something within our institutional bureaucracy to make sure that we have it anchored so that it can be long-lasting and all of us can have the input that we all want to have. I know so many people here have been leading on this issue. Mr. Harris Dawson, I know you've been working in the community for years with interventionists.
Oh,
Ms.
here
Hernandez,
goes the patting on the
justice,
back.
You've been working in the justice space. Ms. Rodriguez, with your leadership in the therapeutic van program. I could go on around this entire horseshoe because I know that we all are excited about this prospect of increasing and really having a robust unarmed response. I know we're all going to continue to work on this together. This is an important step in that process, and I ask for your aye vote.
Oh,
Thank you, members. Any other
that is a
discussion
corduroy
on this item?
jacket.
Seeing none, let's
A lot
open
of
the roll.
jack. And it got the patches
roll,
on the
tab lead the
elbows, too.
13 ayes.
Okay, that matter passes. Next item.
Bro,
The council may
that
now
shit's
vote on
original
item
to like 78 when
all
he bought
sponsored
it.
By Councilmember Hernandez. for a
Still
separate
fits.
Okay, Councilwoman Hernandez, any comment? Okay, let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
My God.
12 ayes, 1 no.
All right. Next item, please.
Jacket for
vote.
Welcome
The council
Back,
may now
Carter.
vote on item 3.
Okay, any discussion?
The teacher
Let's
wore
open the
that
roll,
shit from Welcome
close
Back,
the roll,
Carter.
tabulate the vote.
11 ayes, 2 noes.
Oh, who the hell knows? You better get them out front and center.
All right.
These
Thank
two.
you. Item
I want to see those
number
two heathens.
12.
Oh, here's the goddamn picture of the mural they've been talking about. That's so important.
Mr.
Homelessness,
President,
not
item 12 is
important.
called
Cleaning
special
the
by
city,
Councilmember
not
Hernandez for
important.
comments.
Squandering
Councilwoman
millions, not
Hernandez.
important. Racism, not important.
Colleagues, I rise today
But
to
the-
share about a
but the
special
mural
mural in my
is-
district.
the mural is
Tenochtitlan,
important.
The wall that talks was originally completed in December
That's
of
important.
1996.
It's beautiful.
By a collective
It
of
is.
local Chicano and Mexican artists,
But come
many
on.
who are here today, and we have the privilege of being joined by them. Today we have the
Just put
opportunity
it
to
up.
give
Why
this
do we need to
iconic
vote
piece
on
of
it? It's
LA
beautiful. Just
of
put it
LA
up.
art the recognition it deserves by designating it as a historical cultural monument. This will be the very first standing mural in the entire city of LA to be given this status, and what an honor it is. A fitting tribute to such a groundbreaking piece of work. This beautiful mural ties together so many significant events, symbols, and leaders that have had an impact on the Mexican and Mexican American identity. It is a symbol of Chicano resistance and activism, painted as a response to the many local, state, and national and international issues that were affecting the community at the time. It was painted in the wake of the 1992 LA uprising demonstrations against the racist and anti-immigrant Prop 187, the passage of NAFTA, and the
Ice.
Zapatista movement that coalesced in response, and the passage of California Three Strikes Law, which led to the unjust incarceration of so many black, brown, indigenous, and low-income Californians.
East
and
LA,
even till to this
Melissa.
day. This mural is located in Highland Park,
Or Highland
the
Park.
neighborhood where I was
Still
born
East
and
Los
raised,
Angeles.
and I'm honored to be able to rise in support of this historic piece and historic place that holds, a wonderful, wonderful memory in my community. I want to take some time to uplift some of the artists and the organizations who have contributed to this mural and who continue to preserve it today. So please, if you can, if you'd like to stand and wave and let us know you're here. Anthony Igo Ortega, the founding director of the Mural Arts Collective, Quetzalcoatl Mural Project, QMC. Thank you so much. Igo has led the fundraising efforts for the mural and rallied support for the community, including 2 prominent Highland Park residents in the 1990s.
Showed up just in
former
time.
drummer for The Doors, John Desmore, and vocalist from Rage Against the Machine, Zach De La Rocha. Several other incredible muralists worked on
Zach.
this piece, including Andy Ledesma, who's in the audience, Rafael Corona, John Zender Estrada, Oscar de Leon, Isabel Martinez,
Oscar de
Dominic
Leon?
Ochoa, Jamie Ochoa, Jerry Ortega, and Jesse Silva. And yes, we're going to uplift all of them because this is such a tremendous and special moment.
Is that Kevin's brother?
QMP has also began funding the restoration of the mural and transferred fiscal sponsorship to Avenue 50 Studio in 2014,
Right,
where
cold
Kathy
milk?
Gallegos has continued to be a tireless advocate for this work of art, but also for green spaces and for our communities to be able to go somewhere to experience art, which many times they don't get that access to. So for you to be right in the heart of Highland Park, Kathy, thank you for everything you do. Truly, truly honored to have you. Thank you. I also want to recognize Jade Puga and Richard Montes from Zafada and Sano, who are here today and who worked to propose the mural as a historic cultural monument and advocated for its preservation. Thank you so much for doing that labor. And last, I want to shout out the artists and local Highland Park residents who have donated
Yep.
precious time,
Milk.
energy, and resources to preserving this mural over the years. It has only survived because of that love and investment from community. Colleagues, I hope you will join me in honoring this incredible work of art and make it, and the mark that it's had on District 1 and our city at large. LA was once known as the mural capital of the world, and I hope that we can work together to reclaim the spaces that we had and to reclaim that mantle by uplifting our amazing local artists and their work. Today, colleagues, I ask for your support for this historical cultural monument designation of Tenochtitlan, the wall that talks. Thank you so much.
Again, I think it's a beautiful mural, should be up, especially over some graffiti filled or white blank wall. It's beautiful. It adds flavor to the neighborhood, without a doubt. Tells a rich story. I get it. But we shouldn't waste our time and our money paying these people to show up to vote about it. It should just be up. That shouldn't be an issue. They should be working on more pressing issues like homelessness and other things like that.
First, Austin.
Okay? And the filth in the city.
Mr. Blumenfield.
Okay? Just general trash pickup.
I
Make
rise
it
to
look
ask for
nice.
support for this initiative, which will greatly increase what is known as ground-mounted solar. I bring this to you along with three of my colleagues, Council President Krikorian, Council Members Park and Yaroslavsky. This is so that Angelinos can generate much more solar-generated power. As of right now, the city is on course to be the largest world-class city to have eliminated carbon fossil fuel energy by 2035, in large part thanks to LA 100 and the LA Green New Deal. However, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, specifically on electrification, solar resources, and decarbonization.
Right, Mooey?
This particular motion today has a large part in that story. By taking this action, we will update planning and land use rules that have significantly throttled solar development in Los Angeles since they were developed almost 10 years ago. In fact, LA 100 makes it 100% clear that the city must have as much access to solar resources as possible via rooftop floating and, yes, via ground-mounted solar. We are clear in Los Angeles, more solar means less smog, cleaner air, more vibrant communities, especially working class and communities of color that often bear the biggest impacts. However, these policies are certainly complex, and my motion calls for proper protections for renters, open space, native plants, trees, and the natural environment, while focusing on unlocking up to a potential of over 2,200 megawatts of solar energy to be generated in basin, enough power to literally help hundreds of thousands of homes meet their energy needs.
Thanks, Jim.
Finally, I want to thank my good friend Marquise Harris Dawson and all of the members of the Plum Committee for their work on this motion. And I ask that we adopt this matter as amended with a small technical amendment that I've distributed, which strikes the second instruction as the third and fourth were meant to replace those. Colleagues, I ask for your aye vote on this solar, renewable, and carbon-free energy policy. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Any other comments?
Bullshit.
Councilwoman Park.
Thank you, Council President, and thank you to
1.21
Councilmembers
gigawatts.
Blumenfeld and Krikorian for bringing this motion, and to Councilmember Yaroslavsky for seconding it with us. This motion advances LA's nation-leading work to achieve 100% renewable energy
More back.
by 2035.
More patting on the back.
As we set our sights on 2035, we must leave no stone unturned and remove bureaucratic obstacles that prevent us from reaching our goals, like arduous procedures to permit ground-mounted solar projects in our city. Of course, exploring this change in policy doesn't mean we shouldn't also take a thoughtful approach, one that balances our renewable energy goals with housing production, equity, preservation of open space, and the needs of our sensitive hillside areas.
All right, guys.
I am confident that we can do both. Thank you. I ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Any other comments, members?
That's Greta's mom.
Let's,
Kelly Rudy,
let's vote on this
2024.
matter As,
Is he
as
running
amended.
for something?
We'll open the roll.
Should be running for worst
Close the roll,
NHL helmet
and
ever.
tabulate the vote.
13
the
ayes.
worst bucket. He wore a bucket with a mat with a fucking
All right, the matter passes.
with like
Mr. Clerk, any
metal
other
net on the front.
Any other matters before us at this time?
Yes, Mr. President. The council may now reconsider items 6 and 7 with ordinances first consideration with at least 12 members present.
Okay, on those matters, let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
And for the record, Mr. President, the first vote is to reconsider the items. An additional vote is needed for
Stinks and I are taking over the horseshoe.
ordinances.
Okay, members, let's vote to adopt this motion.
I mean, you got to
Open the
remember,
roll.
I am the little horse.
Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Okay, this ordinance is adopted. Mr. Clerk, what's next on the agenda?
Mr. President, council has motions for posting and referral.
Those items are posted and referred.
The desk is clear, Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you. Members, do we have any announcements this morning?
Yeah, your jacket's way too old to be wearing still.
Rodriguez?
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues,
That would be my announcement.
It has come to the public's attention, and I wanted to take a moment to honor a woman who is La Mera Mera of Chingones.
La Mera Mera.
It was shared with the public that
What's
former Councilwoman Gloria Molina has terminal cancer. And, you know, for many of you,
Thank you,
some
Derek
of you
Hall.
don't know this. I've shared many times.
Robert
I'm a Valley
Vargas,
girl with East Side
the
roots.
Black Light King
my
mural.
parents settled in the northeast part of Los Angeles. My father in Cypress Park, my mother in Highland Park. And when I look back to what inspired me to want to get involved in local government,
Looking
particularly in this building, it was the predecessors from the first Councilmanic District. I was in high school at the time of the LA riots occurred, and it was shortly before that that I came to know a member by the name of Mike Hernandez.
Do you think she was boning in high school?
Was serving at the time on the Los Angeles City Council. Well, his predecessor was none other than the great Gloria Molina, who was the first Latina ever to be elected
No.
to serve on the Los Angeles City Council. Gloria Molina
In the butt.
is very widely known and well known for her unapologetic strength, conviction, courage, whose leadership came as a result of working on a
Maybe.
grassroots initiative to fight a prison being built in East Los Angeles. She organized and worked with the great Juana Gutierrez, the mothers of East Los Angeles, to help right what has historically been wronged for many. I wanted to take a moment
Oh, what happened?
to pay tribute, not posthumously, but in the strength of the fight that this woman is currently enduring, to give rise and recognition to everything that she represents.
Hopefully you guys are good. I don't
Because
know if
without a
it's grace
Gloria
painting
Molina,
or
there
not.
wouldn't be a Monica Rodriguez at this horseshoe today. And the
Talking
countless
about
other
herself in the
Latinas
third
that
person.
have gone on to serve in elected office. She paved the way when many men in the room told many of us that have been involved organizing, locally supporting initiatives in our communities to sit by and just watch and take note. She broke that mold. And so I want to just celebrate and acknowledge her and thank her for her service while she has the opportunity to hear it. Because so often we recognize people posthumously. We need to recognize them for them to
Wow.
hear it in the moment.
Wow,
I am grateful for her leadership. Our community is grateful for her leadership and the countless other individuals and communities of color that have benefited from her strength, from her resolve to be the voice and the leader that we all need, not just in the city, but from the State House and, of course, in the halls of county government. So, Gloria Molina, I just want to say to you, thank you for everything that you've represented for Latinas, for
Ain't her 2 minutes
showing
up?
the strength of who we are, and the courage to care.
Wrap it up.
Enough.
Wrap that
to make
shit
a
up,
difference.
B.
And so I just want to send from this Los
I would have the
Angeles
wrap
City
it up
Council,
box. Wrap that shit up, B.
our prayers
I would tell her right while
as
she's
you
talking
enter
about
this
this
battle.
shit.
And
Wrap that
my
shit up,
thanks
B.
to you.
I gotta go.
You know, I remember my family on Arroyo Seco. My grandmother, my grandmother and my uncle lived next door to my mother on Arroyo Seco Avenue, right across the street from the elementary school. And I remember my aunt getting a certificate from Gloria Molina because they proudly fought to protect the tree that was in front of the school.
Tree
I
fighter.
think about so many years of her legacy and leadership that doesn't just stick on the east side. It permeates throughout our entire city. And so, Gloria, our love and prayers.
Oh,
to you
Jesus, what's that
in this.
smell, man?
That's her permeating.
Thank you, Councilwoman. We certainly share those sentiments. She is a hero, a shero, and a real angel. And
Hero,
real
a
pioneer.
shero.
As you mentioned, not just around the horseshoe, but certainly at the county level and at the state level, at the national level. We just appreciate her leadership, and I hope we'll have a chance to honor her in due time.
I love it.
Councilwoman Hernandez.
She's a zero.
Thank you. I just want to stand up and echo the sentiments.
Of course, you
Councilmember
gotta say
Rodriguez,
something.
recognizing that the role that Supervisor Molina held was representing the first district as the first woman when this district was created. You know, I recognize I'm standing on the shoulders of a trailblazer, a giant, a one of a kind, and I did want to acknowledge and recognize her and let her know that, you know, if it was not for Gloria Molina, like Councilmember Rodriguez said, there wouldn't be a Rodriguez and there wouldn't be a Hernandez. And she was one of the first to push against the patriarchy, which is something we're pushing against today and, you know, the harms of that. But she really opened up the pathway for us to be able to stand strong in our beliefs and whatever those beliefs may be, but to stand strong in them and to fight for our community. So I do also want to give her love and send her prayers and know that we're thinking about her. And I want to also thank Avak because, you know, I think a couple months ago he printed this picture out for me, which is right here on this council floor. It's Gloria Molina. And it's in my desk, but it's also a reminder of what a privilege and what an honor and what a responsibility it is to be here, and that I don't take this lightly. And I'm grateful that she threw down so that we could walk behind her. Thank you.
Thank you.
Looks like she's wearing a Brillo pad.
Councilwoman
It's like a
Hutch.
shiny copper.
First, I want to rise to echo.
Rise to echo. Girl, you finna get faded. You was about back smoking a drink, wasn't you?
Gloria Molina was a trailblazer for all women. She really was. And we will be sending our prayers and positive energy for her to have a peaceful place wherever that is that she is. I was also pushing my button in Rising because we have a job fair tomorrow. And I just want to remind folks that it's at the Michelle and Barack Obama Sports Complex. It's a career fair with the Department of Public Works and DWP and our Rec and Parks Department from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Bring your resumes. Be ready. We do have job openings. The address there is
Who is she talking to about getting
5001
jobs?
Obama Boulevard,
They all have jobs right
Los
there.
Angeles 90016.
Who is she referring
I hope
to?
see you there tomorrow. And I believe the mayor is stopping by as well.
Who is she talking
Thank
to?
you.
They all have cushy jobs. Who is she
Councilman
talking to
Leon.
about going to the job fair, getting jobs? Who is she talking to?
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Oh, the
Okay,
racist.
Sorry, Mr. De Leon. Mr. President, I recommend that we ask Ms. Lewis to leave. She's been warned multiple times. Shall we?
Little
Miss-
salt.
Yes, you may. Miss Lewis,
Ms.
please.
Lewis, you've been ordered to leave.
Little salt.
And she's not complying. You've been ordered to leave quietly. I recommend we order her removed.
Sheesh!
Ms. Lewis, you can't stand in the aisle and you're still
Thank you. You've been asked to leave, Mrs. Lewis.
Salt Bay.
You've been ordered removed, Miss Lewis. Miss Lewis, please don't test anything. Just leave quietly. Okay, so you're just,
LAPD
We just want some
walking around.
voluntary
disrupting the meeting.
compliance. Voluntary compliance, please.
No, I'm not leaving. Fuck you guys. Oh, we'll have to see. They're gonna arrest her. Ah,
Mrs. Lewis,
you
you've been ordered to
fuckers.
leave, please.
They changed the goddamn camera angle right when I was gonna
Appreciate your
zoom in.
cooperation.
They changed it so we can't see it. So we can't see her getting arrested or taken down. They totally flipped the script. Those
Thank you.
bastards. Yeah, you ain't seeing nothing. Sorry, yeah, that camera wasn't working.
interrupt you.
When they're in court. Yeah,
Mr.
that
De Leon, you
camera
may
wasn't
continue,
working
please.
that day, Your Honor. Oh, there's the homeboy still.
Thank you very much,
The racist.
Mr. President.
The
I
racist,
wanna-
everybody.
I want to thank Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez.
All right, great council member. So the woman in the navy jacket and the blue, light blue face mask, this is your first, last, only warning. Please be quiet.
Oh, ma'am, you're going to be asked to leave if you cannot. Please, we're asking you to cooperate. Otherwise, you'll be asked to leave.
Protector of the racist. Complicit racist, right there, in the '70s sport coat, with the elbow patches.
Okay, ma'am, we're gonna order you to leave, ma'am. We ask you to leave, please.
So please leave quietly.
It's true.
So, sorry, Councilman, let's wait till she's out the door. Otherwise, we'll you to be disrupted.
She's right.
And she's still shouting as she leaves, disrupting our meeting,
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
even though she was ordered to leave quietly. So,
She was ordered. Like,
And
ordered?
she's
What kind of power do you have to order anybody to do anything, motherfucker? And I mean anything.
All right, please continue.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I also want to echo the very elegant and articulate words of Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez. I've had a relationship with Gloria Molina, and several of us on this council have had a relationship with Gloria Molina. As several folks had just mentioned a few moments ago, indeed she was or is a trailblazer. And this is a woman that's tough as nails, and not just a role model for young girls and women, but also a role model for young boys and men as well. As Monica just mentioned a few moments ago, she took on the political establishment.
Hollow
not just
words
locally,
from a
but in our
racist.
state capital, in Sacramento. Coming back home, took on the establishment here in City Council as the first Latina woman in the history, and then the first Latina in the history of the County Board of Supervisors. And
Think
not
she
just
wants
a
the endorsement
local
from the
statewide
racist?
figure, but a national figure as a member of the Democratic National Committee, the DNC. And as, you know, former neighbor, we live nearby each other up in Mount Washington, up in the hill. This is a woman who has an amazing history. Like I said, tough as nails. Didn't fear anyone, any institution, whether you're on the left or whether you're on the right or points in between. If she felt it was right, she took it on. And I know there was times when she and I didn't meet eye to eye. And she would summon me to her office in the County Board of Supervisors, and me daba una regañada, you know, she would like metaphorically take a ruler and like, you know, punish me for this or that, you know, you shouldn't do this or that, or
Should have slapped you
other
across your
elected
face with
officials
the
she would
ruler.
mention and start, you know, demanding, but she was that type of individual, a godmother, if you will, politically, to many folks. And she is, again, just to reiterate, tough as nails, and I hope that inner strength that she has will overcome what we read to be terminal, but we want her to hold on as long as she can, because she is Los Angeles. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you.
I want him to
Any
get
other
an-
announcements, members.
Don't you think you should get an Edgar cut?
Ms. Dumont, please. All right, Ms. Dumont, you're disrupting the meeting.
You're going to be asked to leave.
I want to see him get an
And
Edgar
Mr. Harlan, please,
fat
please lower your
mushroom.
voice. We can hear you.
At his age, a mushroom would be sick.
Ms. Dumont, please leave quietly.
Members, today I introduced a motion to provide much-needed funding for permanent relocation of the displaced residents. of
That
the
should be his
LAPD's
punishment.
27th
Like, if you're
Street
gonna be here, bro, you gotta
fireworks
have the Edgar.
explosion. This includes additional funding
Like a
for
deep
temporary
one.
housing and case management.
like a zero on the
I want
sides.
to be clear. My office has never abandoned these families
Bullfade.
in this time of crisis, and we never will. Since day one, my staff has led recovery efforts for our neighbors, securing emergency funding for
I want to get
housing,
an Edgar For
overseeing
fucking Halloween.
repair efforts
McGraw, my
over,
shit.
with over a dozen
And then
homes,
just Edgar it out for
providing
Halloween.
financial assistance, and even opening a neighborhood resource center which operates out of a church in the community. The reality is, CD9 has inherited a tremendous tragedy, and my community needs ongoing support from the entire city, including our council. The city has an obligation to these residents, and I will ensure that those obligations will continue to be met with compassion, with care, and with urgency.
And my 70
I urge
sport
my colleagues
coat.
to move this motion forward quickly and approve it when appropriate. All right, members, are there any other announcements this time? Okay, seeing none, let's stand for adjourning motions, please.
Oh, okay. Let's get up out of here. We've done enough of nothing. So, yeah, man, let's pretend like we're, nice and got something to say.
Looking to my
and
left.
That's that. You got something to say over there? Give me a harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Motions, members? Seeing none, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Get up out of here, sucker. All right, that's meeting's adjourned. None of you wanted to say nothing. They went in there and worked really hard today, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, they worked really tough. They worked really hard for you. They worked hard for your money. They worked hard for your money. It's a great day on the slopes. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is Mammoth. This is Mammoth live. Beautiful day in Mammoth after the storm just rolled through last night. Look at the line. Did you see the line right there? Holy shit. It must have been 200 folks trying to get on that fucking lift right there. Motherfucker. That was good. Damon, you are old. Well, I'm not young, so I guess so. It's all right, though. My dick works and I'm alive, so what do I care for? I mean, really, Bill, that's about it. That's all I could ask for. My dick working and, being alive above ground. I mean, what else can you really ask for? Ladies and gentlemen. Don't have to take pills either to make it work. So, ladies, I'm just letting you know. Let me see. I want to see if that place is. Oh, it's not open. That's crazy. Figure this place would be jamming right now, but it ain't. It ain't jamming, but that place is jamming. Look at that shit, dude. It's a beautiful day on the slopes right now. It's a beautiful day on the slopes right now. Look at how clear you can see the fucking storm just rolling out, clear as a bell. Get sunburned as a motherfucker, I bet. Get sunburnt, get your ass sunburnt. Look at the line. Look at that line. Come on, right now. No joke. That's probably 20 minutes just to get up on that joint. The longer you wait. That's why these motherfuckers are like, oh, let's go to this one. And look, this one's closed. They're just waiting. They're lining up. See? They haven't even opened that lift yet. It's crazy. But it's good to see people having fun, out there snowboarding, skiing, doing anything. It is beautiful. It's good for the community. They're all making money. The lodges are making money, It's good all the way around, I see. It's the way I sees it. It's good all the way around. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's take a look at the Snow Summit. We'll go take a look at Snow Summit real quickly. This is live at Snow Summit. It looks pretty nice. Conditions look good. It's a little more socked in, as you can see, at Snow Summit. The storm hasn't completely passed that mountain range, so yeah, might even be a little better. I mean, it must be so nice to have those conditions and it be so open, right? I mean, I think that's what skiers and snowboarders like. I mean, I don't think they can stand it when it's crazy packed. You got to run the risk of someone running into you or you running into somebody else, or You know what I mean? Or not just doing the things you truly want. I mean, look at this. These 3 dudes have like the mountain to themselves. 3 chicks, whoever they are. Oh, that's me right there. Oh, that'd be me, Billy. Go right down, right as the camera's looking at me. Oh, shit. Fresh powder, dude. It looks so fluffy. And look at, dude, I'm telling you, look at this. You can't even see barely the trunk. Look how high that is. That's got to be normally 5 feet down to the ground. It's that much snow piled up. That's why I say it's also dangerous because you could hit a tree real easily, man. A lot of people die hitting trees. I mean, not how Sonny Bono died. He was skiing and hit a tree. So I'm sure that, and there's another one of the like John F. Kennedy here, not John F. Kennedy, John F. Kennedy Jr. Wasn't JFK Jr.? Oh no, did he die in a plane? Right? Somebody else pretty famous died like that too. I can't remember. Did Michael Schumacher die that way? Connie Lansford. You guys are being mean now. It was a Kennedy? It was John F. Kennedy Jr.? Okay, so it was JFK Jr. that died that way. I was right. And Sonny Bono, I know, died that way. So those two. No, Christopher Reeves fell off a horse and paralyzed himself. Fucking Superman, dude. It's crazy, you know. The horse bucked him. He fell off and just like that, paralyzed him. Ski Patrol, I think I remember that one, Joker. I think I remember. He was a plane crash, JFK Jr., so then who else died? Somebody else famous passed away hitting a tree. Schumacher hit a tree, but he's still alive. Yeah, it's dangerous, you know. You get going at a good clip, dude. Shit ain't slow. You're moving. So that whole deal, you know, you can get smashed in your brinks real quick. Let's take a look. Where's this one? This one is in Mammoth 2. Different trail cam here in Mammoth. You can see they're just getting the lifts going here. Probably getting them up and running now, making sure they're working properly before they let the public on. They're still kicking snow, you can see. It's fucking beautiful, though. Like I said, it must be. Look, they're still setting up. They're getting all their shit ready. There's the signs and all that crap they're putting out. Ski racks, signs, and all that good joint. Beautiful day on the mountain. Look at that. Dude, that mountain looks like you'd be going fast. Especially that over there. Look at that shit. Don't give me that shit. That looks like a half pipe, but it looks like you'd be getting a good clip if you just bomb the hill. Dude, you'd be going fast. This is Mammoth Mountain, California. Southern California. Well, I guess maybe central, but I think it's southern to central California. But I'd say more Southern California, I guess. Have to look on the map. Yeah, Ken Block died in that snowboard accident. I mean, do the snowmobiles. I mean, a snowmobile, rather. Yeah, snowmobiles, get going at a good clip, too. There's some peeps coming down the mountain here. Got a good little section right there. See, they finally like opening it up. Now you see, starting to already get a little more packed on the runs. Are they just standing there like frozen in time when a whole pack of motherfuckers is about to come? I was like, wait a minute, because I'm looking at the lifts and it's moving. But they're not. See, now he's like, okay, now I'm getting out of the way because I'm standing right in the middle of the run and there's all these people coming, so it's not really the brightest idea. It's like standing in the middle of the street when you got cars coming. Sir Westo, thank you so much. You love going up there, so? It's not, I mean, it looks beautiful. It's just never really been my thing to ski. So ski and snowboard, you know. I like it, though. It's a nice place to be. I enjoy the weather. Snow is something we don't get to see especially around me. I have to go 2.5 hours to get here. So 2.5 hours. So now look at the difference now of the run when we just saw it. There's fucking 2 people or nobody even. There's people over here now too. Look. So everybody enjoying the day. It's good to see everybody on hump day enjoying the slopes. The slopies. And since I've been checking in a lot on them because it's just, a lot of storms been rolling through. And here we go with Snow Summit. This is Snow Summit, another different mountain up here. Oh, look at the sledding, like the tubing. Oh, they're tubing down that big ass hill. That's gotta be fun. See, now that's what I'd be doing. Go up there with the fucking the mighty. My pocket, just be packing bowls up there and going tubing down that fucking hill, just bombing it. Yeah, that's me. I'd much rather do that than ski or snowboard. But like I said, even pretty open though. Snow Summit doing well for a Wednesday. That might be the day, I guess, to go. Most people aren't going to take the day off for work, and if they do, they'll take Friday off. You know what I mean? Be there early Friday. Enjoy the slopes as much as they can before the crazy weekend crush, That's all I can think of. I just can't believe you guys told me how much a fucking lift ticket is. Shit. $150, $175 for a lift ticket. Look at them bombing the hill. It's crazy. You get going. Look, don't tell me you ain't going fast down that hill. That's a fucking hill right there. That's an angle right there. But that walk up top ain't too fun. I don't know how many times I'm gonna do that. Cold. But I guess in the cold it's good to keep moving, just to keep yourself warm. Dude was moving, that's what I'm saying. Bombing. He's going pretty good. Oh, he bailed right there. It's always fun to watch him bail out. And it's crazy. I went over to a half pipe one that we normally watch in Minnesota, and there's nobody on it. It's weird. I'd figure the kids would be over there, but no such luck. No such luck. Yeah, man. Busy day. Busy day on the Slopies. It's a busy day in fucking Key West, too. Look, everybody getting bombed for this live in Key West, Florida. Right in front of Sloppy Joe's. Everybody getting ripped during the day. Oh, yeah, girl, that's what I'm talking about right there. There you go.
I got a boner.
She's got a nice tuchus.
Nice ass.
What would I do to the homeless folks? I don't understand what you're asking me. I wouldn't do anything to them. They do enough to us as a general society. I got to get down to Sloppy Joe's one of these times. Key West, go party over there. It's the place I heard. Sloppy Joe's is the shit. That's it, Draco. That's fucking, that's McLovin, ain't it?
I got a boner.
Yeah, that's McLovin. Fucking Superbad. That movie was pretty good. Gotta admit, they were all pretty good in Superbad. Did you guys like Superbad? Yes or no in the chat room? I thought it was pretty funny. Bill Hader was pretty damn good as the cop. Jonah Hill was good. He was funny. It was a good little cast. The dude who hit him in the car was like a weirdo. Took him to the party to get the liquor. I don't know what his name is, but he was funny too. Hell no, Jorge. I'm a smart person. Super best. See, every one of you like, that's crazy. All of you guys. Seen it many times. That's crazy. Look, not one of you said no. Bill Hader is pretty much always good. I was watching him on YouTube doing live South Park readings. And he couldn't even he couldn't stop laughing, and he was making Trey laugh, and it was hard for them to record the fucking scenes. You know what I mean? Dude, look at that fucking golf cart over there. That's the one I'm going with. Look at that thing. Like a 6-seater. The fuck with the dog in it. Look at the dog hanging out the side. Look at the dog. Look at the doggy. He's got a little lab. Oh man, he's got like a yellow lab just hanging out the side. That's awesome. Dude, it's Golf Cart City over here. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to Sloppy Joe's. I'm going to Key West. I'm going to go get blitzed. I'm going to smoke a joint right in front of that camera. Hopefully it doesn't bomb out all of Sloppy Joe's, because you know how it is, you know. The weed just tends to go everywhere with the joints. Check out the Ski Vermont cams. They got some nice ones, sis. Yeah, I used to go to the what was it? Was it Steamboat Springs? I think it was Steamboat Springs in Colorado. They got a couple nice ones there. And Vail, Colorado as well. There's beautiful skiing everywhere. The reason I check it here, though, the reason I'm showing you that for the most part is all here except for one, right? The one that I show you in Minnesota is just because it's such a cool. It's literally like a skate park that's a snow park. It's different, right? It's much more compact with half pipes and jumps everywhere and rail slides and all that. So that's why I show you that one. But every other one is here. And the reason I even started looking at it is because of the series of storms. I wanted to see what the snowpack looks like. I wanted to hear the bullshit. Oh, well, we only got this or we only got that. We're still in a 98-year drought. You know, I just want to see for myself. I want to see what's going on up there. And I think it's a good way. Not to mention, it's always fun to watch somebody bail in the snow. I still remember when Jeremy pulled up to LA Live, LAOC TV, yeah, and he was filming everybody ice skating, and we saw that chick just bail so hard. I was hoping she didn't fall on her face, but it sure looked it. She fell hard. And the worst part about it is it looked like she was with a date. You know, that was the total date move. Like, oh, let's go ice skating. She was probably one that initiated it. Okay. She started skating and wow. I don't do any brackets, Vinny. I don't really follow NCAA sports. I follow just pro sports, really. Jackson Hole is king. Is that Wyoming, right? Jackson Hole? I think it's Wyoming. Yeah, there's a lot of pretty places to ski. But, you know, sometimes, like I said, it's just fun to look locally and see what's going on kind of thing. See these guys. Oh, he bails right when I put him on. Both of them bailed right there. Uh-oh. They look like me snowboarding right there. Looks like first-timers. What do you guys think? First-timers? Looks to me like first-timers. It could be first-timers. Oh, yeah. No first-timers there? Let's go take a look at the beach. Go stay by the bay at the Venice Beach Hotel, man. Still a little rainy and drizzly there right at Venice Beach, California. Muscle Beach, where Hulk Hogan was from. Oh, boy. He wasn't from there, but yeah. You know. Hulk Hogan was. Not Terry, whatever, isn't it? What was his last name? Terry. His first name is Terry. I can't remember his last name. Card break tomorrow. Race J. We should, as long as it gets here. It's coming from Montana, and it usually he sends it Monday, and he always does, and he did, and it usually gets here Thursday. Balaya. How do you say that? Terry Balaya. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. Yeah. So, yeah, if I get it, usually I'll go on the Smoke and Scan Instagram and put a little story post up so you guys know what time I'll start, and then do something 5:30, 6 o'clock. Like people get home. We'll do a few boxes, see if we can pull the whole Cypress Hill. That's gonna be our chase to see if we can pull all the members of Cypress Hill in the few boxes that we open. Because they have a Burial card, a Bobo card, a Sendog card, and they have a Mugs card. So yup. They got it. See, this is the one I really thought. It does look dreary, though. You can see still people wearing their stuff, so still probably a little rain rolling through, possibly. But people are setting up, getting life going on this beautiful hump day. Terry Crews, yeah. So this is the other one that I show you, right? This is the one that all the kids have a ton of fun. But look, he's up there still grooming the snow, I'm guessing, or having fun on an ATV. Maybe he's just checking shit out, making sure everything's good before they open it up. Seems like he's hauling on that thing down the hill. This looks really fun, though, with all those jumps and slides. Like, that shit looks really fun. Think it's closed? I just figured it's Wednesday. Yeah, maybe just middle day. On Wednesday is the day they get it all set for the weekend crowd. Because like I said, wouldn't you agree this is more of a skate park? Uh-oh, you might be getting the gray screen. This is more of a skate park feel, right? Versus actually like a ski slope, lodge or mountain that you're going to go skiing on or snowboarding on. So it's just more compact and fun looking. It's in Highland Hills, Minnesota. Hell, a lot of features. Little bunny hills, yeah. I mean, you see some kids really rip on this shit. They're flipping and fucking 360s and all that shit. It's your future fucking X gamers, 12-year-olds that are really killing it. That'll be really good in the next 2 years or so. Uh-oh, don't fall. We're watching you. I'm gonna laugh. Bet that's a fun job. Yeah. Well, it's just like anything else. As fun as it can be, it can get tedious. But, if you what they say, if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life, right? If you're actually loving it. But no matter what you do in life, there's got to be ups and downs to it, the yin to the yang. That's it, yippee. That's it, yippee. But don't spam it, please. What's up, Tron? Walking on the snow is working. Yeah. It is a fucking workout. That's why he's smart. The dude got an ATV. He's like, fuck it. He probably has those spike tires, right? So that way he can jam up and down the hills with ease and still keep in control. Because having to walk up that shit would be annoying. You know what I mean? So it's an easy way to inspect the course. Make sure that there's no divots or whatever. And if there is, fill them in. Makes sense. It's a fun little place, I bet. I bet you, like I said, everybody has a lot of fun there. Sure looks it, I'll tell you that. Sure looks it. I'll do one quick thing here. Okay, let me give this. We're going to do one more ball, and then I'm going to let you guys go on this beautiful, beautiful overcast and rainy, which we got a little over 2 inches, man, in the last 24 hours. So a lot of rain rolling through, man. It's good to see. It's good to see. me see something here, guys. No, he's no. Nope. Yeah. But we can do that. Let's go. We'll go take a look at Fort Lauderdale. Beautiful day at Fort Lauderdale on the beach. What are they doing down there? See the circle on the beach right there down the way? What are they doing over there? Is it like a dance competition? It's a dance battle? Or is it like two people fucking and shit? And everybody's just gathered around watching it? Like in what was that? Boogie Nights? When he comes out, 10 fools all circled around watching his wife getting banged on the driveway. Get out of here! You're embarrassing me. What was his name? Something Bob. A dead shark. Definitely something going on. Hopefully it's like a bikini contest. I want to take this time to smoke this next bowl and honor the man or woman, the human being that created the bikini. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. And this bowl is for you. You beautiful human being, you. Smoke. Well, golf and guns, you might have missed it. That was the day when we already did a bowl for the guy who invented, because I forget his name. We even researched him, the guy who invented yoga pants. So I already did a bowl for him. He's already gotten his bowl. In fact, I think what we should do is we should have taken a bowl for all the ladies that have not only used the yoga pants for yoga, but have decided to make it a trend to wear them daily everywhere else, like in the bank or at Target or wherever, the grocery store, wherever you're at. So thank you and shout out to all those ladies. Shout out to you ladies. And make our day just a little bit better.
I got a boner.
Thank you. Thank you. In fact, the guy who created spandex is the same guy who created yoga pants. Same dude. Same guy. That's where he got the idea. Because he had created spandex first, obviously. And then got the idea of doing like a breathable, a fabric that's spandex-like. And it's crazy to see, if you really look at how like yoga pants started, and now to see how big the trend has become wearing them, how they've changed in style so much. Before it was really just that basic black or blue or whatever, a basic color, kind of just a normal pant that was tight. But now it's morphed into so many different types of, different types of models, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, of pants. Sports bras, too. I don't know. I'll be honest. I see a lot more, chicks wearing just yoga pants versus wearing that with the sports bras. But again, I don't go to a gym. I'm sure if I go to a gym, a lot of ladies probably wear that as a top. Makes sense. Especially, the larger the breast. I mean, it's just more manageable, just to be honest. I mean, just imagine having big old fucking nuts and you're trying to wear, like, go commando style. You're jogging on the treadmill. Be banging, nuts banging everywhere. So you gotta, that's why you gotta get those new underwear, the fucking, with the little pouch. You can put your balls and your dick in the pouch and it kind of manages it. That's how it works. Any Edgars? You calling out for all Edgars, Jorge? I'm seriously thinking about being an Edgar for Halloween. Be cool. Be really dope to be Edgar for Halloween, dude, and have a sweet ass mushroom. But then I'd have to like shave it off, and then I'd have to go back to growing my hair again. And it's a lot of all in. But maybe, just maybe, there's a costume online. There's gotta be one like the Edgar, you know, and it's like a deep, crazy Mo mushroom, and I can just buy the wig or whatever. Be fucking fresh. I'll wear that shit all the time. I'm just waiting until they specifically start on the radio, like, you know, like describing an Edgar cut as an Edgar. Like, you know what I mean? The suspect had an Edgar, dude. Fucking awesome. Yeah, he had deep mushroom. Good old deep mushrooms. Sheesh. Find a Beatles wig. I mean, dude, that's really, it's like it's a cross between like a Beatles, like Ringo Starr and fucking Mo. It's real close. It's crazy. I just want to know, like, when they go get the cut, do they like walk into the barber and it's like, you know, there's just the Edgar style and you just point like number one, I want the Edgar. I mean, how's it all work? Or is there like a mushroom, just a picture of a mushroom on number one, and just give me the one? You know what I mean? I mean, dude, you gotta admit, it really does look close to Mo. It really does. I mean, Mo is the one who made it, you know, fucking, who made it fashionable to begin with. So. Funny thing about Mo is his day job was a barber. He was a barber. You know, they all had day jobs. You know, and funny enough as it is, Curly was a ballroom dancer. That's why he was always doing those crazy fucking dances and shit, acting a fool. He was a dancer. He was a legit dancer. And Larry was a violinist. That's why he was, oh my beautiful Stradivarius, when he broke they broke his fucking violin. So yeah, they all had separate jobs. I mean, again, being a movie star then wasn't paying all that much money. You gotta remember, they were doing that shit in 29, 30, 31. That's when they started. So, love the Stooges, man. Disorder in the Court. That's right. Curly had no hair. That was the joke. Mo or Shemp? I like them all, but I mean, I gotta be honest. Shemp would be the fourth. You know, you gotta like the original three. But realistically, Shemp was the original. He was the original, and Shemp wanted to be more of a real actor, and he became that. He was. So he left the Stooges. Then Curly came in, which was like their cousin, I believe, something like that. And started doing the act, and then Curly ended up having a stroke and couldn't perform doing it anymore. So Shemp came back. And then for some reason Shemp left again. I forget the reason. And then Joe took over. I think that's how the order went. Pretty sure. So a lot of history there, man. A lot of history. And I just love it that, dude, one day I'm sitting here watching, and the family members of them, their great-grandsons and granddaughters were watching the show and sent me a whole bunch of Three Stooges stuff. You can go to knuckleheads.com and check them out. They sent me hoodies and shirts and hats and coffee mugs and stickers. Just so much stuff. It was so cool. It was just so awesome that their great-grandkids were sitting here watching the show. It's wild. And me watching that with my dad on Channel 5, you know. Obviously reruns. I mean, I wasn't alive then, of course. I don't even think my father was, barely. But just so funny, you know, how the world works. And yeah, man, those dudes were trailblazers. Is there Smoke and Scan stickers? Yeah, I have Smoke and Scan stickers. I got Stinky sticker. Joshua, sometimes I just get rid of them. You know, nobody's going back 2 months to go see an old chase that I did. You know, you guys, I've learned that you guys definitely, some just can't watch live, so they'll watch it in the morning, you know, when they're doing something, or listen to it while they're, you know, working, you know, remotely. So I'll leave up that. But after a while, I just take them down because there's, you know, you're not getting a whole lot of views on those things. And what does it really matter? What am I making, $1 or $2 on the clicks? Like, come on. It's fucking nothing. At that point, you kind of, I figure you keep the page fresh or something, you know? It is what it is. That's what I was saying. Yes, it's me. What I was saying. It's either like a dance. I don't see anybody dancing, or I was hoping it was a bikini contest. You know, it's probably a bunch of spring breakers getting fucking lit. Those over there beer bonging and shit. I don't see any smoke coming up, but we're far from them. Could be over there smoking joints, doing beer bongs, doing nitro dabs. All the fun being had, and I'm just over here stuck in the fishbowl looking at them. Who knows? Who knows? Could be the polar bears taking a dip. Nah, that water looks so nice. It's so clean and clear. It's crazy. Compared to the Pacific Ocean, that's just like this green, brown piss color. Definitely tell that's the Atlantic Ocean. Or is that the Gulf? Where's I forget. What side is Fort Lauderdale on? I don't think it's on the Gulf side. Is that the Gulf of Mexico side? Probably. They're probably on the Gulf side. That is the Atlantic, okay. So they're not on the Gulf side. Just crazy to see how clear your ocean is compared to ours. So clean. So clean. So clear. Galveston is gross. Well, I know that's in the Gulf. It's crazy how humid it is over there. I mean, here too, of course. That's why I couldn't. This place is beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful people. Looks nice, but I can't deal with humidity like that. It's just gross. Hate sweating uncomfortably and having to change a shirt, and I'm not even doing anything. Yeah. Too much. Yeah, Pacific is gross. Uh-oh, Ezekiel Elliott's a free agent now? Holy shit. Really? Didn't even what? Maybe the Raiders will get him. You guys was asking me about the Raiders giving up, you know, having to go with Jim Garoppolo and how they'll be better. I don't know. And then I was telling you about how their front office is no good, right? Then they go ahead and trade their best tight end, Darren Waller, for a 3rd-round pick. What are you doing, dude? You guys don't even draft all that well. In fact, let's think about this for a second. Because I'm thinking of one already in my head. From 2015. Oh, no. Let's go a little further back. Let's go to like 2010. 2010 till now. Okay, 13 years. Last 13 years. Can you give me any superstar picks that are stars now that the Raiders picked and have? Now, I can give you one. I'll give you one off the bat. Khalil Mack was a star. He's kind of floundered a bit after being traded, but he was a bona fide star. Jamarcus Russell's like 07. He's way before that. And he was terrible, and we know that. That's just a joke. So don't prove my point for me. Robert Gallery, come on. Stop proving my point for me. Carr was 2014. And you think Carr's a legit star, huh? Okay. I think that's debatable. Mack is not debatable. Jacobs, huh? Josh Jacobs is a bona fide star? Max Crosby is. That was a good pick. Max Crosby, absolutely. You got one right there, Rich. But you notice something about Max Crosby and Khalil Mack? Both on the defensive side of the ball. Okay, now they did give us Carr, which I believe is subpar. If he was such an awesome guy, why wouldn't they re-sign him? Right? Wouldn't you? I mean, if he's the bona fide star that you say he is, why would they not resign him? Didn't he lead the league in interceptions last year? I think he did. And remember, his brother David wasn't also fucking hot either. He was in and out of the league pretty quick. So again, the list is pretty short because again, the list is already stopped in the chat room. You guys are already done, or you're Googling. Okay, so there's that. Is it rain? It might be. Might be raining right now. I mean, it's Florida. It's Fort Lauderdale. Rain is possible. Fort Lauderdale, Randy. I'm looking at the street down there. It's hard to tell, but it looks like there's a little water on the street. So, yeah, it's probably misting. A little drizzle. There you go. Derek Carr, 63 and 79 career as a starter. And you're telling me he's a star, huh? Bona fide star. That's 63 and 79. That's a star? It's not even fucking 500. Now, I'm going to give Carr some credit because he didn't have the greatest cast. Let's be honest. When they got there, he didn't have much. They started to try to rebuild and right the ship, and they did a little bit. Then things got derailed with coach messages and certain players that ran lights and smashed into people and all kinds of other stupid off-the-field shit. You know? Which derails the club. Like it or not. So I got to give him a little point. Charles Woodson was way farther back. And again, do you notice something? Defensive side of the ball. So we know something about the Raiders. They can pick defensive players for the most part. So whoever's picking the offensive players for the Raiders, you're fired. I mean, I hate to break it to you. Look in the chat room. I mean, come on. You guys, I mean, there's enough of you in the chat room, at least 10 of you answering me my questions. Come on now. You guys, none of you guys can come up with shit except for a guy that's well below 500. One that I agree is a star, but even is subpar now. You know, Khalil Mack, nobody's really talking about all that much. And fucking Jacobs, get the fuck out of here. That dude is no star. He's had a couple good seasons. Why? Because they have nobody to throw to, really, so they fucking feed him the ball all day. Doesn't mean that's a recipe for running great because he had to get open himself. So he is a good, decent back. I'm not giving you that. I'm just saying he's no Barry Sanders, no Emmitt Smith. He's none of that. And again, those are legends, but I mean, still, come on now. Yeah, I just say it's when you really break it down, the moves they make are stupid. That Waller trade was fucking stupid. What are you gonna get? A third rounder, and you don't even know how to pick all that well as it is for a guy who's pretty goddamn good, who's having career years. Don't tell me Darren Waller isn't a good player. And been flourishing in the last few years after leaving Baltimore, then flourished with the Raiders. In fact, if we look at it, it was probably all him and Devontae that made most of the, 75% of the receptions on that team. Wonder if he relapsed. He may have. You never know, Rich. That could be a thing because he did have issues. I think that's why Baltimore got rid of him. He did have substance issues at one time, so hopefully not. Hopefully that's not the issue, Hopefully it's maybe the Raiders trying to go full rebuild and they're trying to stock up on picks and maybe they're going to take that third rounder and package it with another and move down this year's draft and try to get the pick that was already, given away or not given away, but traded by the Bears. Right? Didn't the Bears trade the number 1 pick because they don't need it, right? They're not trying to get the quarterback. I don't know who they are. I don't know who did they trade it to again? It wasn't the Giants. Who was it? Where the fuck did they trade that pick to? Somebody in the chat room tell me. Michael Crabtree, come on, dude, stop it. You're pulling real hard now. The Giants. So I was right. Okay, so the Giants. So the Giants need a quarterback, although they just... Oh, is it to Carolina? To the Panthers. Okay, to the Panthers, who need a quarterback too. Because Darnold just signed with... didn't Darnold just sign with the Raiders or the Niners? He just signed with somebody for like a year's contract. Darnold. With the Niners, okay. Panthers, yeah, they need a quarterback, but it's, again, they don't know how to pick quarterbacks either. The last one they picked that was good, I guess, was Cam. He was pretty good for a little bit. But, yeah. Andy Dalton, the Ginger BB gun, signed with the Panthers. Yeah, so what do you think? They take C.J. Stroud with the Giants. Giants pick C.J. Stroud number 1, probably. And then you paid $170 million for Danny Dimes to sit there, who's not Danny Dimes. And Daniel Jones eats up that money and kind of holds fort until this dude's ready to throw the football, kind of thing. I guess. Why, you like Zappy Bailey? Stupid? Or Bailey Zappi? Oh, it's Bailey Zappi, I think. Yeah, it's Bailey Zappi. Seems to be a solid little quarterback. It's funny how, how quick people are like all on one quarterback and then, then they're just not. And it's crazy. This year, they're having a lot of problems, I see, selling a lot of football product because the draft really isn't very strong and people rely on a strong rookie quarterback class. And when realistically Kenny Pickett is probably the top quarterback next to, Brock Purdy, who didn't even get many cards because he was Mr. Irrelevant. You know what I mean? Not many cards were made of the dude. So Kenny Pickett, but I got to give credit to Kenny Pickett. I was telling you about Goff, and you saw, if you look at Pickett's numbers, didn't overwhelm, but he really corrected himself. Watch the last 6 or 8 games of his second half of the season, compare it to the first half, and see the difference. He went from throwing picks to throwing no picks, none, being efficient, but he wasn't throwing a lot of touchdowns, and he wasn't throwing for a lot of yards. So he needs to pick that up. But again, that'll happen. He'll get the chemistry, and shit'll happen. But a lot of times it's overlooked. There's so much pressure on these guys, and people are not realizing. They're so busy looking at the top 3 quarterbacks, they're not realizing what the quiet little ones are doing. Nobody realizes what Goff did in that second half. Dude fucking played phenomenal with a fucking shit cast. I'm telling you give Jared Goff a few good receivers. Even just one good one on top. Oh. All right, guys, hold on a sec. Someone's at the door. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. Stinks ordered a pizza. That's right. Problem is, it has anchovies on it. What are you gonna do? My cat likes fish. What are you gonna do? All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining me with a little bit of fun today. But it was definitely a better council meeting than the last one. So hopefully you'll join me on Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But until then, enjoy your day. Enjoy the hump day. And if you want to join me for the card break, it'll be live around 5 or 6 tomorrow on Instagram at Smoke and Scan. Let me give you the link for the link tree so you can click it and then find the Instagram link right there. Okay? Right there. See you guys later. Enjoy your day. Bye. Thank you guys for everything you do for me.
Hasta la vista, baby.
See you guys. And again.
That's it.